Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here.
It's games.
It is time for part one of Scrivener's Tale from a year in Candlekeep.
Hell yeah, we're coming close to the end. This is the third from the end for this little project I've come up with, and all of you were kind enough to join me on.
It's crazy that a year went that fast. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's been a lot this year, but that's what's probably made it go by so fast, honestly. Not to mention having a progression like this also makes it seem like it goes rapidly.
That is true.
But you may notice that we are a smidge late. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to go around the horn muy rapido, and then we're just gonna hop right into it. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. I'll lead off. Hi, I'm CG. I do a lot of D&D. It's basically the only thing I do. Find me on Dummies Disasters on Sundays and every other Tuesday. You can also find me on Burnout Vaughn's channel for Saved by the Spell. No Saved by the Spell this Saturday. Uh, Bob, go.
I thought Saved by the Spell was last Saturday. Got canceled.
It did.
Yeah,
So
so
we
this week
wouldn't.
is our normal off week.
Yep.
Uh, I'm Bob. I'm playing Thalros. Yay. Maelstrom on Sunday. I play a lot of D&D. I'm going to be playing not so much D&D coming up. Who knows what's going to happen? Next.
Wanderson, that's you.
Oh, we go in order. I am Wand. I am here on Libra. I was not originally supposed to be here, but that's okay because Libra's coming in to save the day with all things book related. Fitting that we're in Candlekeep. I've got one more one shot and a little something towards the end of the year in Candlekeep before I wrap up, but I'm here to help the Scrivener Tales buddies um, both with the start and ideally the end of their one shot series. So I'm gonna be here for now. Hello.
So you're basically saying we're down a Nord, but we picked up a nerd?
Eh,
Yes.
Yay. Sin, that means it's you.
Yes.
I am not the nerd, but I am the theatre kid. I am Sensuna and I will be playing Maximus the yada yada yada. I can be found at twitch.tv/Sensuna84 when I can be bothered to stream. Go XAI.
Hi, I'm Zai. You can find me here and on Instagram and Blue Sky and stuff at Xaimi site or Xaiminess. I'm streaming a few times a week whenever I can. Comfy streams on Tuesdays. I got me a book nook and a doggo. Dog's named Bailey. But anyway, uh, and as others have mentioned, Saved by the Spell every other Saturday with Vaughn, over on his channel, and CG and Bobert and Spoiled Chestnut and J Frost 747 and Wiley is Willie, who is somewhere in this call and he got the shout out except the love nerd. And then yeah, I do other things, but we'll talk about that more later. That is me.
alrighty. Sounds like we've got everyone then. Let's get started.
Oakley Duck.
Find some Muzak. The year is 1492 DR, the year of 3 ships sailing in the realm of Faerun. The realm is host to many strange occurrences, large and small, at any given time, and many can be found in Candlekeep. the library, fortress, and bastion of learning. Though the visitors of Candlekeep may not notice, the world spins further on its axis. Excuse me. While new archdukes are being crowned in nearby cities, smaller adventures are being had between the bindings. What other stories might be told, and by whom? For this place of learning has no shortage of problems, and individuals rising up to meet them. We find ourselves in the Court of Air, the general fairground, as it were, court, as more accurately, that most of the readers of Candlekeep can find themselves when they need a good walk or when they are traveling towards the other set of buildings. Specifically, we focus on the northwestern side of the Court of Air, a small, cobbled together few buildings known as the Erudite Outfitters and Clothiers. Ordinarily, this pair of buildings serves as the main source of shopping to be done in the fortress. However, as it was the designated area for shopping, it also tends to attract traveling merchants whenever they stop by. And it is at this particular location that we find ourselves meeting with one particular roaming merchant, Cam. Cam, you are having a pretty decent day today. Your sales and your wares have been bought in pretty equal measure and sold in equal measure. For the most part, business has been a success. Roll me a D100, please.
Okie doke. Let's see how lucky we are. A 9.
You ultimately wind up making about 45 gold as a net profit. Not the best, but some of the prices have been offset by the costs in acquisition at this point. As you are hawking wares, you notice a few people approach and seem to loiter around your stall. They appear to be wearing avowed clothes, and some of them have similar garb to the guards you have seen at the front entrances and major doorways.
Something I can help you guys with? Cruising wares, perhaps?
Pretend that we are buying from you.
Oh,
Eh.
pretend.
The two of them start looking over your wares and talking to you, but mostly just making the motions. Cam, go ahead and roll me an insight or perception, your choice.
Ooh. Think you beat me to it. Let's try to perceive. A 26.
You notice a bit of a net of these guys kind of spread out across the courtyard. Now that you're noticing them in pairs, you can find matching sets set all over in the crowd. And with your very good perception check, you notice that they all seem to be spread out in kind of like a spherical or circular pattern. And regularly checking back and looking at a particular spot, one that seems to be approaching you as these Candlekeep individuals are looking over the shoulders, and you see a friend of yours, Thalros. Thalros, uh, you've had a lot of time with your thinky box recently, and you feel like you could go for a nice, I don't know, a nice trinket, something to uh, spice up the day. Maybe something that you could use to perhaps look into the stars better. And while you're wandering around, Farloon the Luminous Watcher gestures and points to your old friend Cam, who has currently got a stall set up and seems to be talking to a couple of the avowed at the moment.
That's a really good idea, voice in the sky. I'm happy that you thought about that with me. I
Yes,
think your
please.
box has been awful empty as of late.
Yes, please continue to listen to me," said the voice in the sky.
Yeah. And being guided over, Thalros will wander over towards Cam, not even paying any attention to the avowed, not realizing that there was so damn many of them around. He wanders up to Cam, slow head tilt. One eye blinks, then the other eye blinks. Hello.
Well, as I live and breathe, it isn't my old friend, Thalros. Baldur, the
Yeah.
Luminous Watcher, how have you guys been? It feels like it's been months.
Spend time. I left Candlekeep not too long ago. Don't remember much of what happened. It was fun. I met someone that's pod druid. They got stuck. They got stuck turning into a horse and then turning back.
Wait, got stuck? Are you talking about someone possibly by the name of Hans?
Yeah.
Well, shit, you met Hans too. We have so much to talk about. Let's just say I too ended up leaving Candlekeep for a little bit.
I went to space.
I'm sorry, you went to what?
He points up. Big
Oh,
doofy smile.
as in you managed to get like a telescope or something for like a powerful view of the stars. I know you're really fond of
No.
them.
No. I done walked into a building and then and the building went up. Then we seen the stars.
Uh, you know,
We
honestly,
got better though. We came back down.
Cam, you remember a few months ago there was an incident where it appeared that uh, a one of the towers of Candlekeep rocketed up into space and then returned with a boat on top of it. A ludicrous claim, except you can actively see the vessel from your position.
so Thalros probably won't notice it, but Cam went from "he's got to be kidding me. This has to be a joke" to like sudden clarity. Off in the distance, the ship is in view. Oh, so that was your doing. Wow, that
He
explains
turns
so
and points at the
much.
ship. Yeah, Doubtin.
We clearly have a lot of stories to tell. Uh,
Yeah.
on that note, are the dudes still in front of Cam's shop?
They seem to have moved on, and they are about, ooh, I'd say about 20 feet away, currently loitering against the wall and occasionally getting glances in your direction.
Uh, Thalros, are
Yeah.
the, scholarly looking dudes behind us friends of yours? They seem to
He turns
dip.
and looks directly at the guard. He then gives the most overt, happy, friendly wave, just making it as noticeable as possible that he's seen them. Hi.
You see as one of the guards waves back at you, the other guard just kind of like slaps him against the shoulder, but then you see the guy who is waving whisper into that guy, and the other guard also waves back.
The smile gets even bigger as he turns right back. No. Days reminds me of my friends that followed me around after I made all the sunflowers in the garden, all talky talk.
Um. So, just to make sure I understand, you don't necessarily know them, but they seem to know you. And I'm sorry, you said you
mean-
made all the flowers in the garden talk.
Yeah. I gave him what's that big wood? Sentiments?
Ah,
Sentimental?
sentience.
Yeah, sensational. Yeah.
Close enough.
I let him have the thinky boxes.
Oh.
An entire field of them. All the sunflowers. They like to sing and talk, and one of them wanted to eat one guy. But that's okay because he was already dead. It's a part of nature. He nods sagely. Circle of life.
You know what?
Yeah.
You keep telling me more about these stories while we find something for you. Look like you walked over here looking for something.
Yeah. I got an urge in my thinky box to find something shiny. I mean, I already got all these. And he just pulls open his cloak, and it's just covered in tuning forks, like 20 or 30 different tuning forks. And he looks and smiles.
Thalros, why do you have so many tuning forks?
They's helped me. They's helped me go places.
Looks at him. Looks at Valrune the Luminous Watcher. There are times
Baldur, the Luminous Watcher, looks back to you and actually nods.
Huh.
Dutton, Disson goes to the brassy barrel. Disson goes to the darky place. Disson goes to the even darkier place. This one goes to Ghosty Town. Disson goes to Wet. Disson goes to Stars.
Is
Disson goes to Disco.
Is
Disson
wet
goes to
ocean?
Forest. That's a big word. He pulls out a decanter and he pours out just a little bit of water. Yeah, it goes to Wet. And he puts it back on his hip.
Ah, okay.
Then this one goes to Pinwheel Town. Then this one goes to the place of hot and nice. Then this one goes to hot and not nice. Then this one goes to cold. Then this one goes to a place with a bunch of angry men with horns on their helmet.
Angry men with horns
What's an
on their
oben?
What's a what?
Oben? I think.
Open?
Some big feller with like one eye.
I believe I've heard those called maybe cyclopses?
Oh.
While you have been busy, I'm actually more impressed that you know where each one of those go. Looks to see if there are labels on those tuning forks without actually like touching anything. Are there labels?
That depends. Thalros, would you have labeled all of these?
There would have probably been something on them. There's probably like a rune or something on each one of them.
Roll me an Arcana check. Not Thalros, Cam.
Oh fuck. I'm this is oh boy, okay. 8, that tracks.
Oh, there's something swiggled up the handle. That must be how he keeps track.
You know what? Everyone
Cam,
has
can you speak Celestial?
I don't think so. Nope. That is not one of the several languages that I know. You know
He
what?
keeps track of it somehow. I don't know, Chief.
Everyone has a method to their madness.
Hey, Thalros,
Yeah.
could you and Cam please roll me perception checks?
Oh boy, that's my bestest thing to do.
21 both sides.
Must resist urge.
21.
29.
So, Thalros, you notice as a couple of those friends in the robes, what like the one that was watching you with the when you were tending to the garden, they appear to move past you and kind of take a seat closer to Erudite Outfitters building proper. However, both you and Cam notice as moving with the guards, but kind of in between them, is a rather impressive top hat. Thalros, you have not seen this top hat before. Cam, you have seen this top hat before. It belongs to another associate and adventurer that you are aware of, who currently seems to be blending in with the guards.
Wow, it is an absolute day for surprises. Is that one Maximus, master of the mystical arts?
By the way, in case you're wondering, a sentimental is an elemental from the plane of love.
Also, I just realized my new object gave my Arcana check a 15 instead of an 8. So did I figure anything out?
We'll just keep it as is for now.
Cool.
Gives you advantage, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Did Maximus hear Cam?
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Indeed, it is. I saw a crowd gathering over here and decided to see what the commotion was. It also gave me the opportunity to appraise the guards of this place. He says, turning to the others. And you were found wanting. Did you not notice there was another in your numbers while you were standing about?
You see one of the male guards, what appears to be a half-orc, just kind of like looking sheepishly embarrassed. The other one, the other one appears to be like a kind of a younger dwarf. While the orc appears embarrassed, the dwarf doesn't seem to care. They do, however, being immediately called out, skedaddle and skitter away into the crowd. Just like you could see dust clouds and hear the cartoon sound effects of them disappearing.
Just a smoke, dusty outline of them in the crowd.
Maximus, before you stands a familiar sight in Cam, currently hawking wares. However, the one that they are talking to, Thalros, is one that you have seen them around, but you have never actually directly interacted with them. And based on the guards that you were hanging out with, could you please go ahead and roll me an insight? You are able to determine, spending some time and doing proper eavesdropping with the guards, they are keeping a tab on Thalros. You do not know why.
Ah, Cam, my dear, it has been far too long. Who is your friend? If I didn't know better, I would say he was the center of attention of the guards as of late.
It indeed has been too long. You kind of noticed that too. They were here earlier. Wanted me to pretend they were buying something. They seem like the Candlekeep folk, but not quite. Thalros here said he doesn't actually know anything about him. We worked on a gig some months ago, around the first time I got here.
We found a
I
guy
would
trapped.
say you were being watched, and not in the good way.
We found a guy in a book. We helped him out of the book. And then we found him dead outside. Turns out the statue that he picked up done got him and then run off. Huh?
Wow, that's pretty apt, actually.
Funny, we found a ghost in a book a while back.
Hey, we did too. We ain't allowed to talk about that one because he's as he's talking, Varloon suddenly stares him in the eyes and he kind of goes distant for a few moments. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Would we have picked up on that?
Varloon is not subtle. He kinda can't be.
Maximus whispering to Cam, is he all right?
Blink. Blunk.
To Maximus. Thalros is a sweet lad. Really appreciates the stars. I get the impression that Valrune the Luminous Watcher, the friend on his shoulder, is kind of like his chaperone or his guardian. Also, much like you'll want to use the whole name with the owl. He gets quite upset if you don't.
Maximus turns to the owl and introduces himself with a bow. A pleasure, I am sure.
The owl actually turns and looks at you fully, Maximus, master of the mysterious mystical arts, and it gives almost an overly flamboyant, hoity-toity, almost like a Triple H back in his day pedigree style bow.
I am not sure about the man, but the owl I like.
Oh, trust me. You'll probably take to them both quite quick.
Meanwhile, as this conversation was going on, you continued with a discussion about the various books that you've encountered and the strange occurrences with them. And this has caught the ear of someone also who happened to be shopping nearby. Libra. Hearing a familiar voice and a discussion of books coming out of the building proper of Erudite Outfitters, you see a familiar face or two, especially a familiar top hat.
Yes.
I ripped a genie's head off, if you would believe it, Maximus says in conversation with the others.
Honestly, I can believe it. Some fellow explorers and I ended up having to fight, of all things, a beholder in a book. It got there by fucking accident.
Just a little humming, a little sashaying over, a little bit of almost secretively whispering to Professor Bookmark. Professor Bookmark, someone talks about books. Let's get on over there. With a little hoot hoot. Here she comes.
Literary senses tingling.
You must be exhausted in Candlekeep, knowing every time someone talks about a book.
And then she tried to harvest my spleen.
This place honestly has more excitement than I expected for it to be a library. Is that... Well... Libra? Speak of the... Not... Well, I feel like devil wouldn't be the right word in this situation. Friends, have you met? This is Libra. We actually literally just did that beholder gig I was talking about.
Oh, that terrible thing. Yes, it's ugh. Well, the man who benefited from that is thankfully very well. I would so very much like to hope. Hello again. Which she will address over to Maximus, and she will raise a finger and like a Thalros, because she has not seen this person before. Maybe in passing, but she's not met them before. I know 2 of you. I do not know the 3rd of you. Hello there.
Libra, Thalros, Thalros, Libra.
Hello.
And
It's
on
quite a pleasure.
Thalros' shoulder is Valrune the Luminous Watcher. He kind of prefers the whole name.
Thalros the Luminous Watcher. You remind me of Professor Bookmark. I think it was your. Was it your uncle, I believe? It kind of reminds me of them. Not to say that you're related necessarily, but a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Which, and of course, to you, Thalros. Which she will entreat both with a rather formal curtsy. Her dress is kind of big and poofy, like you might see in a like in a book, Thalros.
Thalros just stares, mouth open, mouth breathing. Barloon the Luminous Watcher, however, does respectfully bow.
Oh, such
I
a
like
nice owl.
I like your dress. It looks like one of them from my picture books.
I thank you.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you to say. Do you have a favorite book?
I don't remember them for long. I like
Oh,
books.
that's okay.
Books are
Oh,
nice.
oh, I love books. I should. It's a shame you don't remember. I could always recommend a few. Or if you're really bored, I could always read you a book or two. I've been kind of getting into that lately. I got so much time, and then there's so many books to read. But you know what? What's more fun than reading books on your own is reading books with other people. That's why I love Candlekeep.
I got an idea.
Does it involve books?
It does.
What's the idea? Or is it a secret? You don't have to tell me.
I done all the sunflowers in the garden. They thinks and they talks. I bet they's wants to hear about them books too, since they's can't read since they flowers.
Oh, Thalros, you know what's a really good idea?
Yeah,
A sunflower reading club?
yeah.
Yeah.
On
I don't know
on
what that is.
on that note, didn't you say one of the sunflowers tried to eat a person though, Thalros?
Oh, he's dead. When people's dead, they become grass, and they become dirt, and flowers eat the dirt,
Right, it's just that
and then the cowsies eat the grass, and then the
it's
lionses eat the cowsies.
yes, that is true. It's a circle of life. But if a book
Yeah.
club, which would be a gathering of individuals or a group of individuals of people to read books, were going
Plants
to
are people
happen in the
too.
yes,
Yeah.
they are people too. But we'd want to make sure they weren't hungry, right? We don't want them to mistake someone who's alive for food.
Well, if they's alive, they ain't food. Because if you's alive, then you's ain't dead. And if you's dead, then you plant food. But if they's alive, then they not plant food.
Tell you
If
what,
they's
though,
alive,
Thalros.
they's animal food. Maybe. Possibly.
Pray tell just slightly under breath, pray tell he never happens upon a lich or necromancer.
Tell you what, though, Thalros. So
Yeah.
the idea is basically story time for all the sunflowers, because if they can think, that means they get to enjoy stories. And I think everyone should enjoy a very good book.
Yeah.
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 We can work out the details later, though.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of books, in addition to the ones we've already listed anyway,
She just her
I
glasses and her glasses sparkle. She just talk about books.
Shinji's dad twinkle in the glasses.
Get in the book, Shinji.
It's funny that, or not funny, but speaking of books, Libra, I might have happened upon something that you would be interested in during my travels. I did some trading earlier, not all the way out to trade way, but was mostly just selling some stuff, middleman related things. But anyway, I found a book from the Rillen estate. It was given to me by the current head of the estate. Or I guess of House Rillen, if you will. The
Oh my.
the original estate owner, Michael, passed on some time ago, but it seems like the head of the house wanted to get rid of some things instead of setting them aside, and it just so happens I acquired a book called Scrivener's Tale. Haven't opened it yet. Thought you might want to take a look at it first. Perhaps trade something for it. And
Oh, that's true.
he'll take the they'll take the book out and like show it to you and like hand it over if you want to like take a little peek at it. They trust you, so they know you're not gonna run off.
Oh yeah, no, she loves books, so this will also probably help with appraisal purposes. But she will examine the book because she loves book.
The book is bound in soft leather, and its title is embossed on the cover and spine. It seems to be made of delicate parchment, and there seems to be some writing on the side of a script very much not in common.
Actually, the only languages I've got down are Common, Draconic, and Elvish. So unless it's one of those, I will need to use comprehend.
Also, if it's in Undercommon, Cam might be able to help, or Dwarvish.
Yeah.
You get about every third word from the language on the side, Libra.
About every third word, would it be a Draconic base or an Elvish base then?
I'll give you this one for free. It seems to be Sylvan.
Oh shit, we're both picking up bits and pieces then.
Shucks. It isn't written in Thieves' Can't.
Libra will adjust her glasses. It is Sylvan, and actually, though, Thalros, but you don't perhaps have the ability to read this, do you?
He
Unless he
turns
knows
and
Sylvan.
looks. Yeah, I can read it.
Really? What does it say?
Do I need to make an intelligence check to try to parse it out?
I'm not gonna make you roll an intelligence check to figure out if you can read.
No, I know I can read. I have Sylvan, but can I comprehend what I'm reading? Because those are some big words for my little thinky box.
He can say the
CG.
words, but he don't know what the words mean.
Hi.
You'd send a chance to type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Third Ed actually had a rule where people with 9 intel or less couldn't speak or read correctly. It was dumb.
Yeah, that sounds really, really stupid. Fuck that. Unless
Thankfully,
you're
it's not.
hitting something like 6 or below, I'm not gonna make it so you can't read.
Thankfully, it's not a barbarian in 3.5. Then I just
But
had to spill a skill point to just be able to read.
But uh it says along the side, the story of the Princess of the Shadow Glass.
It tells it's about a princess of glassy shadow.
It's about a princess, you say? She's chuckling now. Oh, Professor Bookmark, this sounds like it's going to be a great story. It's a shame I don't have comprehend. Oh, actually, no. I can set up for that, and if you all want, we could read it together. Because I'd hate to appraise it in front of would-be customers, especially since I don't know. It seems like there's a bit of a gathering over there. I'm not sure what's going on with all this. Kind of waves her hand around like the promenade, or the court of air rather.
That's a
Things
fair
like me.
point. The
Right.
Those guys seem to like our friend considerably. Not quite sure why yet, but how about this? I'll pack up shop and we can talk along the way.
Sure. That way we can get a good idea. And I guess in the meantime, she'll. Well, we'll give. We can. I mean, unless Cam would accept help in like packing up.
Cam wouldn't mind, but you'll notice they have this almost capsule corp sort of streamlined. Like the big
Oh.
bundle that you always see them with on their back. Like they
Yes.
roll up maps, any other items that they had that gets slid into the bottom. Nets and stuff are attached on like loops on the side. Uh Intricate items are going into a bag, and there's a lot of things going into a bag where you're like, this, like, going into the backpack, it shouldn't work, but it does. And then the last thing you see is just like a purple hooded lantern that they clip onto the side of the bag with like some rope. All right. Perhaps we could head off to either the House of Rest or the Hearth, or perhaps the Sunflower Garden to talk about this book, peek into it.
Yes. I mean, sunflower garden. Who knows? Maybe the flowers have something to say. I actually did run into a talking field of flowers just once. It's a shame. I never got to go back there again after I entreated with the Elven Queen. It's all right.
For some reason, Thalros has a deck of cards in his hands now, and he's just shuffling it without thinking.
Yeah. If you wants to talk and field of flowers, just give me time. I can make them.
Well, it seems like we have a destination.
Right.
You, Thalros, you lead the way to, I guess, the garden then. And
Here.
looks over to Maximus and, like, with their finger, just kind of like points around, signaling to the people who are following, like keeping an eye.
They keep a respectful distance as you make your way on over to the what is currently being dubbed the the Chattering Garden. For the sake of brevity, you all give a polite entrance to the many sunflowers. Thalros, you are greeted more warmly than the others as their father. Uh, but you do make your way to the gazebo that you ventured into when you brought most of them to life. You all plop a Scrivener's tale on the table, and I assume.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, and I guess, comprehend languages. While I'm sure Thalros would tell us everything he wants to about the flower gardens, probably naming every single one of them if they have names.
I'd frankly be amazed if he knew more than 5. And I don't mean
You
just
never
the
know.
flowers, I mean all names total.
I mean, he did
That's also
list
true.
the location of the tuning forks, or their destinations.
Did he though?
In a manner
never-
that he understood.
He never gave a name, though, to any of them.
I mean, wet could be a name.
But at this point, you spend a little bit. Comprehend languages goes off. Libra. The
Yes.
the side becomes easy to read as the Princess of the Shadow Glass.
Princess of the Shadowglass, and she'll get about opening it, I suppose. Which she will at least comment to Thalros. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't actually formally introduced myself. Maximus, Master of the Mystical Arts, and Cam here are more familiar with me, but I am actually Princess Libra of the Magic Kingdom. So you could say I have a fondness for books about princesses and magic and all those things.
You's a princess.
I am. That's why I have the nice and very pretty poofy dress. I'm sure you noticed.
That's nice. That's
It
Thalros.
is.
This is Varloon, the Luminous Watcher. You have to say the whole thing, otherwise he gets really mad. The
Thalros,
the the owl
Luminous
that is
Watcher.
covered in stars just stares at you.
He does remind me. He does remind me of your uncle, Professor Bookmark. But yeah, otherwise getting on about opening book and reading. She does like reading aloud, especially.
You open up the book, and it begins to discuss the story of the Princess of the Shadow Glass, a fae who was locked in a blood feud with the Queen of Air and Darkness, ruler of the Gloaming Court in the Feywild. And as you begin to make your way through the first few sentences, there is a pulse. All
She
of
will
you
freeze.
feel something wash over you. Each of you, except for, I'm going to give all of you an Arcana check. Libra, you get advantage. Cam, you get disadvantage.
Yeah, get advantage. And will I be permitted guidance?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay,
I
I'm
have
doing
a-
this because it's funny.
I have a question, CG.
Yes.
Does this mean I'm rolling neutral because of the goggles?
No, I do not believe so.
While wearing the goggles, you have advantage on intelligence arcana checks made to reveal information.
Yeah, this would not qualify.
Gotcha. Okay, so coolsies. Wanted to make sure.
18.
Oh boy, time for that disadvantage. Ho ho ho. A 13.
We will revisit these rolls in a little bit,
Oh boy.
as once the feeling washes all over each and all of you, consciousness begins to leave your body. All of you pass out.
Night time.
A group of you almost unanimously awaken at the same time, currently located in the House of Rest. you lean up in your chairs, in your beds, and you begin to look around. You see your other companions, the other readers, with you, all in your own beds. And as you look to each and every one of you, you begin to see a change in their feature. Libra, you said that you spoke Elvish naturally, correct?
Yeah, she would have been able to learn it.
You can determine that your comprehend languages spells has gone down due to the amount of time that has passed. You're still not sure what it is. However, you do notice as you look around to your other companions, they seem to have what appears to be text on their bodies.
Oh no.
You look down to your hands, each of you, every one of you. Various parts of your features seems to be covered in bits of writing. You getting over the shock of being awoken. You hear footsteps as Owain, Ashala, and an individual that you have not seen before enter into the room. You're awake. Good. Owain speaks up. Perhaps now we can get some answers. What happened out there?
Well, we were obvious. Oh no, where's the book?
I have it. The older gentleman, human in nature, with not a long beard, but it's starting to get there. Shades of silver within it to complement his balding head and large square spectacles. Holds it. And he is currently holding it in a mage hand.
All right. Oh, well, I wasn't the one who came upon the book, but I happened to be the one reading it aloud alongside my companions while we were sat amongst the sunflowers. And there was a strange sensation, at least as far as I could place. And it seems we were all knocked unconscious by, I could only guess, magic, unless something else happened that we're not aware of. Kind of brows are kind of crinkling with thought in the way she's like trying to piece together herself what happened. She's at least very expressive in that regard.
It is at this point that your Arcana checks come into play. The only one who was able to pass was Princess Libra. A feeling of magic certainly came out from the book. However, this magic felt strong, potent, and it seems to be going through your being, manifesting through the text on your skin. You are able to, with your connection and your history, you are able to sort out what this text implies, what it means. Not the words on it. You haven't begun to read the words, but you can feel it. Pairing it with the magic that you are under, you and your friends have been cursed.
Ooh, would I be, or would this be too far of a venture to guess this would be Fae related?
It's not an out there guess, but it is
Not placeable, like, obviously.
It's implied but not confirmed.
Okay,
I'll put
so
it that way.
Okay, it could be a theory, but there's like a lot of theories. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Alright, it goes through the physiological, and then it sort of sets in place. Oh, that's my fault. Oh no. I think the book is possibly cursed us.
That is
Although-
correct.
Although with precisely what, I am not exactly enlightened to yet. I can make a few guesses. But I will hopefully look to my superiors in this regard. That perhaps you might have some clues. He has a little bit of a sheepish grin, like an oopsie on her face.
You see the older gentleman step forward and he says, "My name is Teles Avoste. I am the foremost expert on the subject of curses in Candlekeep. I was contacted not too long after you all succumbed to the effects of the book, of the Scrivener's tale. I can confirm that you are indeed cursed in some way. Can you please tell me what happens to cause this? What circumstances brought you to it?"
Well, in regards to the actual nature of the book and coming into its possession, which I'm sure will be a matter of curiosity, I will have to defer you to Cam here, but as to the actual book, we were sat together, all four of us. I was the one reading aloud when I opened the book, and I had used comprehend languages in order to read it aloud, although my companion here, Thalros, is actually able to read Sylvan. So the book was, to us, perceivably in Sylvan, so we thought, to read it. It didn't seem cursed. It seemed like a fun curiosity, admittedly.
We have not opened the book since it has been acquired. It sounds like that was the appropriate trigger and the cautions were warranted. This is good. This is very important information. Where
Yes,
did you... Go ahead.
Yes, it didn't exactly. Opening the book itself, I'm not sure about. If it was a curse related to the actual opening of the book, it might have been on a few minutes delay, because it was a few minutes into the actual reading process that it seemed to take effect. Which page was it? Would she actually remember which page she was on when it took over?
The first page.
Oh,
You got
okay.
down
So
through about 80% of it before the pulse netted you.
okay, and she'll at least relay that, basically most of the way through. She could probably point out the exact passage, but it seems to be the not as relevant. It was like a slight delay, and she's just a fast reader. But yeah, it will be up to Cam if Cam wants to reveal more information about acquiring the said book.
Have the rest of us roused from the blackout?
You've all roused at roughly the same time, eerily
Okay.
so almost.
Yeah, the circumstances. Fuck. Pardon. The circumstances that that Libra has stated was appropriate, basically. As for where or how we acquired this, I was the one who acquired it. Apparently, there was a estate sale over in Baldur's Gate. It was the estate of Michael Vreeland, I believe was the name.
House Relin. Wayne pipes up.
Yes, the one and the same, actually.
I believe that is one of the upper patriarchs of the city. Seems odd that an estate sale would go to one of such a esteemed name.
Apparently, the original head of the house passed on some time ago. The current leader, I believe it was Yvonne? Yvonne, was supposed to wait a certain amount of time, I guess, 10 years or so before donating any of the former, I guess, Lord Michael's possessions, but after doing so, was decided instead to sell the items in order to, I guess, make up for anything that had been lost, any debts on the estate, etc. And as I was going through the wares, I was able to acquire this book. Didn't open it until I met with my friends here, as Libra here is quite specialized in books, as I have come to learn, and I thought she might like it for her collection, or at the very least to read. And like she said, we went over to the garden, opened it. I don't actually speak Sylvan, I only speak Elvish, but we're just gonna look through it, see what it was about, and next thing you know, we are here.
Although, for the contents, I'm not sure if the contents would be relevant. And do stop me if, like, there's anything of the curse will affect CG narratively. She'll go on to explain at least as much as what she learned about the princess, and I believe she was deposed by was it a Queen of Air and Darkness? Or was it...
That is correct. Deposed by the Queen of Air and Darkness.
And I think that's basically about as far as we got, so she'll at least give narrative context to what was in the book while we were reading it.
That is a good place to start. Books carry stories, but curses also carry stories. It is very likely that whatever is in the book is a direct connection to your curse.
If I might offer another possible avenue, while magic isn't really my forte, one has to wonder why House Arillan had this book in their possession to begin with. What do we actually know about them?
The affairs of the upper patriarchs are not something that is commonly bandied about. Candlekeep's many back corners and discussion tables. It may behoove you to use that as a starting point. How this patriarch came to own such a book, why it carries such a curse, could be critical for your ability to relieve said curse. And he walks on over and kind of stands in the middle between all four of you.
Thalros is not paying attention to the conversation at all. He is sitting on the bed with his back to the rest of the group. He seems to be having some kind of a small conversation either with himself or some other entity.
Given the size of the room, would we be able to hear that conversation?
That's a good question, Mega Man.
How small is the room, CG?
This is one of the many back areas, probably about 20 feet in diameter.
Uh-huh.
There's enough room for 2 6-foot beds on both sides, like going all the way down of this almost longhouse-esque area. A trunk at the foot of the bed, and then enough for a hallway like in between.
Given that they've been having a conversation up to this point, and they haven't been paying attention to what Thalros was doing, do they hear any of the conversation, or no?
I'm leaving that up to you. I would say
You-
like the needle tips towards no,
Mhm.
but this is
Note.
Thalros' choice. Oh no. Max.
Test.
And TTS just kind of ate that one. Go ahead and send it again.
Max wasn't in the conversation. At all. Max wasn't in the conversation. At all.
That's a fair point.
So Max would have heard.
It's cursed, right? If we eats the diamond dust, you think it'll help? Or do you think we need to go even higher? I got the incense to ask the question.
Thalros, are you proficient in Arcana by any chance?
Let me check. Probably not. No.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking. I'm asking the being that I'm asking.
I would say probably with a kind of a shrug, Varloon kind of shakes their head almost non-committally. They don't know.
His ears droop a little bit as he looks down at the small bird that he was having a conversation with.
Every time I come across a book, it's always trouble.
He slaps his thighs as he stands up, gives a little stretch, and as he turns around and faces the rest of the group, realizing that their conversation was just starting to settle down.
What?
Everyone kind of looks to you, Thalros, as you stand up. And Tellus walks on over to you, and he holds what appears to be a candle in front of you. And he kind of gestures to the three of you as you are looking. Thalros, you are not casting a shadow.
Blink, blunk.
We have found another symptom. And Tellus walks on over. Your shadow is missing.
That's not good, right?
No, it is not. We have done our own mild research into this. It has not been extensive, but the usual methods have not taken hold, not taken root. Gestures towards the rest of you. How many of you are spellcasters?
Libra will raise her hand.
Thalros does not raise his hand, however, Varloon raises its wing.
I suppose I count.
You should probably be aware of usual countermeasures of such natures. The traditional dispelling of magic, the restoration of a greater variety, the removal of curse type of spells. None of these have been efficient in getting rid of the text upon you.
Not even a greater restoration, you say? That's concerning.
Nor has upcasting been of any aid. Our
Not
strongest,
even... Oh.
our strongest removal curses have not taken root. And he kind of gestures to all of you. This is very concerning for you all, because truth be told, and I am not saying this to toot my own horn, but I am a very powerful spellcaster in my own right. And I was at my max capacity. Me, someone specialized in the removing of curses, was unable to even suppress this thing. This is not unheard of, but it does signify the danger that is in. We're calling it a Scrivener's mark. The Scrivener's mark is tied to something. Only when that something is properly dealt with can we figure out what and how to remove it. The only thing that we have not been able to try is the casting of that greatest of spells. Wish has not been used. However, given the nature that you are involved in, and the inherent risks involved in the wish spell, would I have access to a spell, I would still recommend that we abstain from using it until we properly figure out what the problem is.
That's fair. Even if you were to use it, I imagine you'd be solving the symptom potentially, but not necessarily figuring out the actual source.
It is a good way of putting it. We could, using a wish, would be incredibly dangerous, reckless, and it might simply kick the can down the road, as it were.
Has anyone else in the library heard of this book before? Or is this the only copy?
Owain speaks up from the back. I've been doing my own research on my end. Nothing. Never even heard of this book beforehand.
Well, like I said, this isn't necessarily my expertise, but we might be in one of those situations where, much like another book we found with its own ghosts, we might have to actually keep reading the book. And, like, looks down at their arms. Can they make out anything with their Elvish?
Actually, yes. Not only does the writing appear in Elvish, you can determine that it doesn't really say anything. The mark itself seems to be a repetition of some of the words that you have read, but once it continues on, it gets hit with the traditional lorem ipsum, or the equivalent of.
Aha. Well, that's intriguing. Are there still any words on the book's pages? 'Cause right now, and they're looking down at their arms just to start. Right now, it seems like it's just repeating one sentence and then doesn't actually finish what it wants to say.
Finishing the book is an excellent first step and idea. Who was the first to begin to read it?
I would have been the one reading it aloud, unless, Cam, I doubt you peek between the pages then.
Nope. The first time that it was read would have been that brief moment in the marketplace of us just looking at the binding and reading what was on the side. As far as I'm aware, we didn't actually open the book until we got to the garden.
is my recommendation that the person who started reading it continue to read it. We will monitor your condition from a fair distance away, and we will see if anything occurs. He mage hands the book back over to you, and then he gestures to Owain and Ashala to take a step back. He then moves back to the end of the room to watch as to watch the result of the continuation of reading the book.
Libra will, however, look to her companions and go, "This is sort of my fault, so if you all want to step back, I don't blame you. Not that it might change anything."
Cam would just step forward. No, technically I offered the book, so I think that puts it on me. It's fine. We've gotten out of weirder situations.
Weird is an understatement, but she will, however, look to Maximus and the Thalros if they're giving any indication they want to like back off or like what their reactions to this idea are before I proceed.
He's not paying any attention to you.
All right. I'll just give unless Maximus is not gonna interject.
He stands silently considering the situation, but says nothing otherwise.
Alright, and with that indication, she's going to start from the beginning and then just read everything that she can aloud, unless given any indication to stop. Which basically resumes with the tale of the Princess of Shadowed Glass? Shadowed Glass. or something like that.
Shadow Glass.
Shadow Glass. Okay, not an ED. Shadow Glass. All right. So she's reading aloud, kind of like it's story time. If only we're not so grim.
True. For brevity's sake, the Scrivener's tale in the book we're in is not actually that long, but you do notice as you begin to flip through that the words are once more in Sylvan. However, you are able to read it now.
That's.
Yep.
Ooh. She will raise her fingers as to indicate, as though for notary purposes, not that anyone's like note taking that she can observe. It's a habit of hers. She'll raise two fingers and then go, as a note, I did not previously have possession of the ability to read Sylvan. Although I had Fey encounters before, I wasn't a master of the language. However, now, and this is without me being under effect of comprehend languages, that ritual wore off. I can read this now. So that is somehow in my knowledge, which is another change, but she'll continue reading.
The story of the Princess of Shadow Glass. As you continue on, the princess is exiled into the material plane by the Queen of Air and Darkness, screaming angry, bloody reprisals for those that they believe wronged her. She eventually finds a home. A city of humans, elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings. Though she arrives soured, they show her true friendship. They treat her with treasures. They give her lands. They give her titles. In the end, as you continue the story, they convince her to reclaim her rightful place as a high noble of the Fae. And the Cliff Notes version done, tale ends. It is a short, but almost fairy tale-like journey following this princess. As you progress through the book, nothing happens. Not to you, and not to Tellus in the room. Also, I have to step away real quick. I will be right back. Please ponder all this information. No need to cut to the break. I won't be long.
Oh, boy. I put this in one of the chat texts, but this is basically, like, Thalros is basically like, I'm tired of these motherfucking books in this motherfucking library.
Yeah.
I mean...
Say, Bob, I thought you might be a good person to ask. We should trust the Fae, right?
Oh, absolutely. Always trust the Fae.
Look, I'm just saying, at one point, I didn't want to interrupt the, I guess, the professors or the scholars' narration of, like, what we were dealing with. But I almost was like, what you're dealing with is unheard of, and I was just gonna mumble, man, this is some Fae fuckery even for me, given Cam's background.
Maximus right now.
I doubt.
Because, like, Libra probably... Well, actually, no, Max might be aware of it. Maximus might be aware of it, but Libra has seen what Cam can do to a point. There's Fae fuckery, and then there's whatever the hell we are in now.
Yeah, and it's coming from the book.
This is closer to Max.
Yeah. We need a reaction image of Maximus himself, just with the doubt.
Just clearly suspicious. Not even buying it.
It'd probably be fairly easy to make that.
Yeah. Yeah. If I were not juggling like 5 things, I could have probably done that in passing. I'm gonna take this time to add the things to my inventory that I might not have added, but wrote down.
Oh, I got some ideas, but...
You would
Lord.
think... Oh, wait, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, it's just good lord. Like, this is immense.
Like, you would think the merchant would have used something or had someone identify it first, but they were like, nah, it's fine. I got it from a estate sale of a high lord. There shouldn't be any issues.
Definitely brings into question how the lord got it.
Yeah, like, that's what I was wondering. Because it's okay. The lord specifically wanted their estate maintained for like 10 years before donating anything. And instead of the items being donated, they were sold. And
I
so,
returned.
Say, Bob,
welcome back.
remind me what race is Thalros?
Furbolg.
Do they count as Fae?
Pretty sure they count as humanoids. They are Fae-oriented half-giants.
It's kind of like having Fey touch, but as the race, basically.
That's not a really bad way of putting it, actually. Yeah, they are considered...
Fae touch does count as outsider, though.
Are we ready to hop back into it? I didn't want to interrupt, though.
Oh no, you're all
think
good.
so.
Welcome back.
Very well. So, having read the book, there is no pulse. There's nothing that really hits, and you look up having finished the tale, Princess Libra. Princess Libra?
Oh yeah, no, she's like, oh, I thought you were looking at, I thought, you were gonna, narrate them reacting or something. As for her, she'll kind of pause, understand that nothing else has changed, and she'll just kind of shake her head, like nothing. No, if we could already read the book without casting the ritual, then perhaps we've all acquired Sylvan, actually? Let's pass it around. Cam, can you read this as Sylvan?
Is Cam able to see it and read it?
Yes, actually. You are able to read Sylvan.
Ugh, this is...
So I think it's all of us can read Sylvan now, which is... it's a minor bit of usefulness.
minor bit of usefulness, but at the cost of what?
I don't want to think about the complications of this. All things considered. She's gonna pass the book to Cam temporarily and his professor bookmark with her. I guess she'll console her owl.
Your owl reaches back to console you in turn.
It's just like gentle pats. I know.
It is my recommendation as Thalros returns from the other side of the room. Based on what I observed, there was no reaction. I suspect that the trigger was the opening of the book and the individuals who read it the first time. Whether this would affect me, I do not know, but it was likely the trigger. But I suspect that the book itself may still have a purpose. I recommend that you keep it on you for now. Hopefully it will reveal its secrets in time.
Fair enough.
Oh, we can certainly hope so. This is... don't like a bit of this. My interactions with the Fae were a little bit different compared to, unfortunately, some of the worst stories you might hear around. This is something I would dare say is a little bit nefarious.
I'd hate to ask what could be a stupid question, but while we were out cold, did anyone attempt to, I guess, scan or analyze the book itself?
I did. When the pulse went out, as you would describe it, several of the guards that were keeping tabs on Thalros rushed to your aid, brought you here, and brought the book. Protocol under such a situation indicates analysis of the book, and when they couldn't figure out anything normally or innately magical, they called in my expertise, and I was able to figure out the nature of the curse, or that it was cursed, being its nature.
That's so nice of them. I'm happy that I got a lot of friends in the guard.
Actually, on that note, given what we're currently dealing with, why is Thalros being followed? It's been some time since I've seen my friend. I don't remember him being followed after our last assignment.
I have to send a DM.
Roger that. I was holding off on asking for a while.
So, as you go to ask, it looks like, excuse me. It looks like Talos is about to say something, but he almost spaces out for just a moment before coughing and collecting himself, and he says, I'm afraid that is not my information to share. I can confirm that that is not relevant to the current situation at hand, though.
Honestly, I can accept that as an answer. I'm sure if it was going to put any of us in danger somehow, or vice versa, someone would give us a heads up. I will say if they're going to be following us while we're doing this, though, given that we have no idea what we're in, hopefully they will be unaffected. That said, the only other thing I can think of might be to go back to the source of where I got the book from. Unless someone else has a bright idea.
That would be my recommendation. Following curses to an original starting point, they are much like trees grown out of hatred. They all come from a single seed before branching out, no longer recognizable from their origin point, but an origin point still remains. This patriarch seems to be the beginning of your problem. I would suggest starting there. There is one more thing that you should know. Look down at your text.
Cam will look down at the book.
No, not the book. Your text.
Ah, the text on my arms. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's written on us. Libra will also look.
We'll look
In the
at
time
their
that
skin.
you've been talking, another word has formed. It seems to be a continuation of the nonsense that you've had before, but a word has been etched further in. Whatever this writing is, in its significance, it is getting worse. I I suspect that this is progressive, and if it has an endpoint, well, endpoints for curses are never good.
I guess we need to get a move on then.
If you could find swift travel to Baldur's Gate, that would be the best.
You guys wouldn't by any chance have maybe horses or something like that we could perhaps buy off of you for this travel, unless there's a way to teleport there? Above game, Cam went on like foot most likely, but how long did that take?
About a week.
Yeah. Then they'll mention that it took me a week on foot to get there. Something tells me I don't exactly have a week, and neither do my friends here.
I've got an idea, or at least a question. Because my memory is spotty. Has Libra been around or in Baldur's Gate before?
Baldur's Gate is basically the city away from Candlekeep. Visiting there has been done before. Basically everyone travels there at some point or another, just kind of like, oh, I need supplies, or I need to get groceries, or something like that. So I would say that everyone here has basically been to Baldur's Gate before.
Okay, so it would probably be valid for, say, teleport.
Yeah, if someone has access to teleport,
Would
that
I be well familiar with it?
I would say so, yes. You in particular, because you've been traveling all over.
Alright. Libra will jot something down. And then she'll clear her throat. I should be able to teleport us there very quickly. If we want to really get a head out. Because otherwise I think it's a week.
Yeah, it would be a
Maximus will shake his head.
Maximus, you don't want Libra to use teleport?
How well do you know the city, princess?
I can't say well enough to when I've been there, but I'm not the most familiar with. This would just basically just be to get us as close as possible and save us a few days, unless you're advising against it. We don't have a lot of time after all.
While you two are discussing, CG, I'm gonna DM you something really quick.
Okay.
Then allow me to do the honors. I am more familiar with the city, and it would be a shame if we had some sort of mishap.
Oh, very well. I wasn't sure if you had access to that. Yeah, but then again, Maximus, master of the mystical arts, after all.
I have access to many spells and incantations like the world has never seen. That is just one of them. He says, having just learned the spell.
And I'm very glad that you did. I didn't want to influence it, but I'm very glad that you did.
Well, and I suppose if we need to get anywhere else, say we need to run immediately back here, I can just do that then, and simple enough. Certainly it saves us a trip back, if nothing else.
That sounds like a plan to me.
I do have... I suppose I will be ready to go, though I do actually need to pass something. I'm not sure which one of you it would be important to tell you about this. So she's gonna hold out the paper and she's going to... I suppose, who was it? Who was the curse remover? What was his name again?
Thalros.
Thalros. Okay, so she will approach Thalros, and it has with her piece of paper, and on the piece of paper will be the title of a certain book, which I will confirm with you in DMs, and she will say, "This book is extremely important." And she's gonna lean in and whisper something. This book is mine, as in, I came from it. Could you keep an eye on it and contact me or the author, if something changes with it?
Tellus looks to you. His face does not change, but you get a feeling like he is used to strange and unusual situations, so a matter of surprise probably wouldn't escape his face on such information. But he does look to you and he does give a nod. I will keep notice here. If I find anything on my end, I will send you a sending spell.
Thank you.
Then am I to understand that you have a way to access and get to Baldur's Gate quickly?
I don't believe I've been led towards the teleportation circle. The best I could do would be to get us around the area.
This Maximus seems to have a good handle on things then.
I'd imagine that
And
if...
ideally we just won't have to run back in the same day. So, oof.
Very well. I shall continue my research. I wish you all expedient success in your discoveries. And with that, Tellus is going to leave the room, leaving the four of you together.
Alright, well, Baldur's Gate. Unless there's anything else we need to do, I'm ready when you all are.
I'm good and packed up. I have pretty much most of what I need. Do you guys need anything else before we go? Thalros, you've been pretty quiet.
Thalros doesn't respond to you talking to him.
Time to address the owl.
Before talking to the burb, important question. Is Thalros giving off the same aura that he was exuding when we found that room in the other universe that was full of fuck shit and he was like, I don't like this?
Nope.
Okay.
Thalros is staring off into the distance. Like he is just eyes one way and the other way. He is staring at a wall and he is vacant. A little bit of drool oozing down the corner of his mouth. He looks like he's out of it.
I don't think I've ever seen him like this before. Varun the Luminous Watcher.
The owl slowly turns and looks.
The five of us, making it pointed that actually is including him in this. Need to make our way to Baldur's Gate in order to figure out how to undo this curse. But it seems like Thalros isn't home right now. Are you able to tell us what is wrong? Or
The
how
bird
to-
reaches out and smacks Thalros with his wing. Good. And then the owl turns and looks right at you.
Tilts head to the side slightly.
Sorry. What's going on? I think I dozed off a second.
We've discovered that apparently all of us can speak another language, the language that was in the book, just like you can now. And we couldn't before. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
For the sake of brevity, you catch Thalros up on everything that just happened.
Cool.
Expedition is a cantrip.
Yup. No, that's you said Expedition. That's a good PS5 game. This is Exposition.
I don't know what you're talking about, voice in the sky.
Give him some big words.
Okay, let's go. I was just gonna take us to the tree zone, and then go to that thinky place with the trees. But okay, we can go where you want to go.
So, with the casting of the spell, Maximus, if you would be so kind. And roll me a D100. Okay. Because you are very familiar with the place, and it also has a permanent teleportation circle, you succeed automatically, but you still need to roll the die as part of the spell. As the group of you stand together, holding hands, Maximus, you cast the incantation, and in a flash, you disappear towards Baldur's Gate. And when we come back from the break, we are going to see what you all find there.
Oh boy. Alright then. I guess we're all going to the lobby to get ourselves a snack.
Yup.
Alright, chat. We'll be back soon. Hello, everyone. We are back from the break.
We back. Was excited to go to Baldur's Gate 3.
It's me. I am the Excites.
Fuck now. I don't want some squid person in my head.
As you all instantaneously transport yourself several days' travel away, you find yourself in the bustling marketplace of the Wide, a highly mercantile section of Baldur's Gate. The Wide itself is certainly busy and bustling. However, you notice that there is a guard presence around the circle, ensuring that it is not disturbed in case of emergencies like this, of people arriving More notably, however, as you begin to approach and arrive, a few of the guards walk up to you. They appear to be garbed in red armor with an insignia of a fist on fire, and they present to you. Welcome, travelers. State your business. We may have to ask you to vacate the city.
Does Cam and potentially Libra, or do Cam and potentially Libra recognize that emblem?
History check. Anyone who wants to, and for Maximus with advantage.
Damn. 6. I'm above game. I'm thinking of the leather shop and the people who were in there and the dead body afterwards.
Libra?
Yeah, hang on a second. Screen does not want to go immediately back up for some reason.
Oh dear.
Oh, don't tell me the window crashed. Okay, it didn't. Yeah, browser's just being a little slow. Come on. Oh, I did not mean to roll with advantage. Oops.
That's okay, 24. And the check was not high. Everyone but Thalros got it. This is a member of the Flaming Fist, a mercenary company that is based out of Baldur's Gate and regularly helmed by Duke Older Ravengard.
Okay, so I guess they are the people that we saw last time, or no, just a different group?
I believe. Were you in Masros? I forget.
No, I was in Yellow Crest, I believe, and at one point there were people with like emblems on their jackets that we were made aware of, with flaming
that was
skulls.
No, this is someone different entirely.
Gotcha. Okay. Good evening, sirs. We're actually here from Candlekeep. Just needed to speak with a lord that I purchased some wares from during an estate sale earlier, about a week ago. Just following up with them on the sale.
Understood. Regardless, we request that you stand for analysis. Make sure that you are able to come and go through the city. And she makes a gesture, the guard, and you hear toom, 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 and you see what appears to be a giant man made of armor walking out. And he says, "Greetings, citizen. Please stand by for registration into Baldur's Gate records." You all acquiesce?
Pretty run-of-the-mill for Cam. They're not gonna stop him. I imagine Cam
These
had to go
guys
through this
were
last time.
actually... Yeah.
Thalros just looks at this thing confused.
That shouldn't be necessary. You should have already heard of my exploits, yes?
Do you acquiesce to the scam, citizen?
I don't know what that means.
Thalros, he wants they need to scan us to make sure we're okay. He's basically asking if you are alright with him scanning us, or if you are not alright with him scanning us.
I don't know what that means.
He needs to stare at us for a little bit to figure out who we are.
If we must, but don't expect to get my autograph once you know who I am.
I'm gonna stare back at him.
And Thalros stares at the automaton, eyes narrowed, in a staring contest.
Oh, this precious boy.
A minute goes by. Facial identities registered into archive. Welcome, citizens. And you see as it takes a step back. Still watch a protocol. Ugh. Makes things so complicated nowadays. It seems that you have not been registered in the city's ne'er-do-well repository. You may proceed at your own pace to where you need to go. To be warned that any violation of the law may result in individuals such as ourselves and our giant friend here seizing you and tossing you into jail. So please be warned.
Yes,
Of course, friend.
yes, this is far from my first trip here.
Actually, Maximus, these automatons are new. This is the first one that you've seen. But as you guys begin to travel out across the wide, Cam, having only been here like a week ago, you saw maybe one of these. Now you're seeing, as you're making your way to the upper city, probably about half a dozen or so. They're starting to become more and more relevant. Or prevalent, I should say.
Interesting. There weren't this many here before. And that's specifically the, like, construct-esque things, right?
Can you repeat that?
Oh, specifically that was pertaining to the, like, mechanical things, right? Or the guards?
Well, my description was in regards to the mechanical thing.
Gotcha. What...
Yes?
Oh, no, I was gonna say, oh, never mind, like, it's okay, go ahead.
Alright then. The city, it gets a feeling of tenseness. Like there's something that is going to be, like something charged in the air. The feeling that something is about to happen here, and you, with your current problem, feel like it's probably not a good idea to start being swept up in that. You make your way to the upper city, where you are met with another guard post. Cam, with the mention of your situation, not the text part, but needing to catch up with the patriarch, Rillen, and the estate sale involved, as you have been subjected yourself to the scan, the guards are willing to let you acquiesce, though they do guide you through the upper cities to make sure that you reach your proper destination.
Fair enough. That's expected.
As you make your way through the really high class houses, the rich, the politically influential, the guards eventually bring you to a house. It looks a little more dilapidated than the others, but it does still look like it fits. The House Rillen. We will remain outside to provide escort out of the upper city for when you return.
Thank you very much. Alright, guys. Up we go. And I imagine since they were here before, it's just as simple as going up to the door or what have you and knocking. Does it look like anything has changed?
Nothing from the last time that you were here. Though the last time you were here, you were part of a large group, and it was basically an auction style,
Mm-hmm.
and you were able to purchase a few bits and bobs in addition to a Scrivener's tale.
Understood.
So, the tone is certainly different from the last time you were here, but everything else seems more or less the same.
Then, assuming everyone's along with them, Cam will go knock on the door or look for a large knocker.
Easy enough. You walk up to the door, give it a nice knock, and soon you are met by a somewhat familiar face. The butler of the estates, who goes by Terrison. Yes, how may I help you?
Did Cam get his name last time?
Cam, you got his name as he was basically the auctioneer and announcer, but he does not know you or your name.
Good.
Or if he did during the auction, he no longer remembers it.
Perfect. In the best merchant but not car salesman sort of riz, essentially. Oh, why hello there, Terrison. You probably don't remember one as humble as myself, but I had the pleasure of stopping by the estate sale for the late Rillen about a week ago, and after acquiring a few items and heading to Candlekeep and returning, I was hoping it'd be an opportunity to speak with the lord or the lady currently of the home in regards to that estate sale.
Business have you with Lady Yvonda? Surely the wares were of a upstanding nature, or are you insinuating there was perhaps something false?
Oh no, quite the opposite. They were of an upstanding nature, so much so that the Candlekeep scholars themselves thought it best that I return to get more information about the origins of some of the pieces. Specifically, a well-kept book that I managed to purchase from Lady Yvain. I still have the
Can you
book
be-
on hand.
Can you be more specific?
Of course. During the estate sale, I picked up a few different smaller items, but one book in particular, I believe the title was Scrivener's Tale, was also sold. And Candlekeep had not seen anything like it before. They were actually so taken aback by it, given that they had nothing in their own reliquaries regarding its origins, asked if my compatriots and I could return back and learn more about the origins of the book. At the very least, how the current head of the home, or the late Michael Rillen, had acquired it.
Roll me a deception check.
I mean, they're not lying.
Why are you here?
They are here to get more information about that book.
About a curse. You are here
Yes.
because of a curse.
Man.
22. Oh, man.
She's not bad. Uh-oh.
Yeah, certainly much better than the nat 1 that this butler rolled.
God damn.
Damn,
The Riz was too good.
I mean, reasonable request, I guess.
The butler says nothing, but then closes the door on you. About a minute later, he opens it back up and says, "May I enter? The lady of the house will see you."
Thank you very much for your generosity. And will lead compatriots in to wherever they are supposed to wait, and then keep an eye on their friends to make sure nothing disappears.
You are all escorted inside. The butler runs ahead of you for pulling you into a rather large parlor. Lady Evandra, some merchants are here to discuss some situation with the acquisitions at your uncle's estate sale. And you walk in, you see this dark-skinned woman look around to you. She is wearing what appears to be a military coat with a rather impressive longsword on her right and no arm on her left. As she turns to look to all of you, she goes, "I've never seen these individuals before. Are you sure that their claims and needs are genuine?" "They appear to have some grievances. Yes, madam." "Very well. Stand by in case something needs to be addressed or I need something of you." "Very well, madam." As he closes the door, she turns around and she looks to all of you. "Well, are you not going to introduce yourselves? You obviously know who I am. My introduction is not needed."
Checking to make sure I won't interrupt anyone. Cool. I'm gonna give it one moment. Because I see typing.
Nor is mine. I am a household name in these parts. Or so I am told.
The Evanda looks to you, Maximus. Maximus, I would like you to make a general charisma check. This is to see how truthful that is.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
Yes, many of the city taverns speak of a skilled magician in a top hat. I believe Maximus was their handle. Am I to assume that this is you?
The one in the same.
Well then, a pleasure to make your acquaintance and put a face to the name. That is one of you accounted for. As she looks to the rest of the group.
Does a slight bow. Lady Evander, I imagine you wouldn't remember one as humble as myself. My name is Cam Foxshade. I attended your estate sale for your late esteemed uncle last week, and you were so kind enough to part with a few items, including one book. A book that Candlekeep had actually never seen before.
You can afford to drop the honorable for my uncle. He doesn't deserve it. She then turns to Thalros.
Hi, Thalros. That's Walloon, the Luminous Watcher. I don't know who you are. I'm just here because I walk with them through the woods.
There's one in every group, isn't it? Very well. I will see that I don't direct any inquiries your way. You may go back to daydreaming.
Thank you.
And he actually looks up and looks off to the side.
I mean, as long as he has permission, right?
Oh my god. Cam's just over here like, I need the kid I'm looking after to be on his best behavior.
So as she looks to Princess Libra, I know that Wand had to step away real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Are you back perchance? Does not seem so. Then I will allow Libra to jump in later, but Evandra looks to the rest of you. So what is this grievance at the estate? I trust all accounts were settled.
Oh, there isn't a grievance, and you don't owe us anything. It's actually that the book that I purchased from you, Scrivener's Tale. Once we got the book to Candlekeep, upon reading it, my compatriots and I apparently blacked out, woke up, and the learned scholars at Candlekeep noted that we are apparently under some sort of curse or illness from the book. Not, of course, to say
As
that
you
you have.
mentioned this,
Uh-huh.
in a swift motion, she unsheaths her blade, brings it to point to you in one motion, and goes, "Are you contagious?"
Looking at the blade, but like not moving. We are not contagious as far as we know, given that the scholars who were around us were unaffected. If anything, we are only here to learn more about the book and nothing more. We don't even intend to insinuate that anyone here had something to do with it. We are literally here just to learn, as the scholars themselves had no information in their own esteemed records.
She holds the blade out at you still. Then, if you have no knowledge of this, you are unsure if this is contagious or not, even though you have information from the scholars saying that it is not in your way, I would still like to keep it as thus. And she is going to point you to the tip. Do you see this tip?
I assume that you're referring to the tip of your blade.
Correct. You see this tip?
That I do.
she's going to sheathe the blade. Pretend that it is at your neck still. You are to pass through it. You may assume that doing so would lead to a lot of drawn blood.
A ever so slight smirk, very slight, but not in like a fucked up manner, just of course. Looks to compatriots. Whether are we all in agreement? We do not extend past the point of where I'm standing.
Well, compatriot 1 is still busy daydreaming.
Of course, of course.
More than agreeable considering where we are.
I can abide by that.
Well then, I would believe you have our word.
I'll take that for now. We will see if your word has any worth. But for now, you mentioned a curse.
Yes.
Buffgame, did you also mention the nature of the curse? Like, what it is doing to you?
To them in that moment, I didn't mention what it was doing, as I imagine since we are covered in text that people could probably already see part of what something is doing.
I did not want to assume whether you had covered up or not, because you did not say.
Fair enough. So no, I didn't, but if they're honestly inquiring, then for the sake of brevity, they would say what everyone's experiencing, how it started, and the fact that to see if it could spread to anyone else, we continued to read said book in the presence of unaffected people, and those people were unaffected.
As you go into description, Yvandra looks deep into a glass of wine that she is holding. Takes a sip. Why do you want to haunt me still, uncle? She takes a deep sip of it, puts it back. You know much about my uncle.
That I do not.
Do you also know what most adventurers that find themselves based in Baldur's Gate do?
Above game, would Cam at least know that given their travels?
We can go ahead and say that you don't.
Okay.
She's about to explain it.
Got you. Then they'll just say, as a merchant, I'd gather that I don't know as much as you might.
We of the upper class, who are able enough bodies to adventure, are inclined to share part of our wealth with the city to help it continue to thrive. Establish our own houses, make sure that the buildings are scaled, contribute to the masonry as it needs. Michael decided not to do that. Instead, rather than serving the city and the house, Patriarch Michael Rillen decided that he wanted to keep exploring, and exploring, seeking glory and plunder. When he came to his house, his estate, he had, after many of his adventures, he had a lot of money and a lot of writing on his body. We never exactly figured out where that came from, but it seems like that was solved for me. And it would have been very nice of my uncle to let me know that this critical curse book that was to be donated to Candlekeep should not have been sold into the hands of vagrants, no insult meant, that may open it and unleash a curse once more. She rolls her eyes. My uncle didn't bring in much money in comparison to other mercenaries, but he brought in a fair amount. And he spent basically every single last drop of it to get that writing off of his body. I believe a wish spell was involved. So it seems that I'm duty-bound to continue to solve that bastard's shame on our house and make sure that he and his legacy are put to bed once and for all. As she gets up, she doesn't approach because she is still wary of the distance. But she does pull a cord, and you hear a soft gonging sound kind of resonate through the house. A few minutes later, Terracin arrives. You sent for me, madam. Terracin here has been in our family for generations. He would likely have even more information than I, especially on my uncle's state of affairs. Would you be kind enough to show Tennyson exactly the reason that you are here?
Cam will
she kinda
express it
gestures.
without question, but will keep the distance.
As you kind of like unwrap and you show the writings on you, Terracin's face sours substantially. I see. That accursed text returns once more. Yes, Terracin. These kind and fortunate adventurers seem to have taken the same malady that my uncle was taken by, and I would like to see that their fate is not shared by the mistakes of my house. Take them to his quarters, see if you can find any information remaining. At once, madam. And as Evandra kind of turns around, oh, and please escort them out once you are finished. I will be sequestering myself in here to relieve myself of the headache that is now growing within my skull. Of course, madam. The butler gestures to the rest of you. This way.
Before walking out, Cam will turn and respectfully just bow. Thank you for your time, Lady Evander. And will follow in the direction the butler points.
And unless you have anything else you would like to ask Lady Evandra, going once, going twice. You follow the butler into an upper area, what appears to be a not exactly disused, but a derelict parlor. I think this is a good time for music change. This might do. Yeah, this'll do. These are the remaining items that Master Villain was unable to, had no monetary worth, and thus were not sold off to recuperate his losses. There may be some more information for you, should you be able to find it. I shall be outside if you request any information or services. Please do not damage or destroy anything in here, as I may have to call the guards if such vandalism were to take place.
I suppose for one important question, Did your Prime Master come into contact with any Fae?
It is entirely likely that he may have done so, as he was an adventurer in his time. However, he did not share any such special instances of it. Michael was very not guarded, per se, but he didn't exactly know what details to focus on when telling a story.
Thank you.
Butler nods, and he is going to kind of sit in the back, away from you all, and he is going to monitor you as you are left in with the rest of the items in this parlor, which primarily consists of what appears to be parchments, boxes, the occasional covered, the occasional color covered item, painting here and there. It looks dusty, musty, and almost intentionally neglected.
I guess we're gonna get to searching. Libra is Miss Bookwoman, so she'll cover anything written, I guess, that she can make out.
I'm honestly above game trying to think of what Cam would do in this scenario.
Well,
Would
Cam's
probably-
really good with, probably just stuff, right? Just,
Well, that's what I'm thinking, appraising, just figuring out where to start. Cam will probably find, a corner in the room that isn't necessarily, book related. So maybe if they're antiques or something, and appraise not for price, but to see if maybe they can figure out if it's about as old as the book that they purchased, or see if they find any writing on these items that's similar to what they saw.
that's true, yeah.
Thalros, Maximus.
I'm just starting to pick stuff up and starting to move things. Thalros doesn't know what he's looking for, so he's moving tarps and kicking up dust and generally just looking. He doesn't know what he's looking for, but he's looking for stuff.
Very well. Then let's start going around the circle. Libra, you were first to speak up. Sounds like you want to focus on the books.
Yeah, or, well, you didn't say books necessarily. You did say parchments, but if there are books, she's gonna go through the books, because those are very dense.
You were the one who said books, and there are in fact books. They are buried
Okay.
under the many, many, many documents. You find
Excellent.
what appears to be a folio. As you open it up, it's a discussion about a history of a place, two places in fact. Delimbiron and Thalor. I will put those in. I'm about to hit you guys with a lot of proper names. I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance.
That's
Lore!
Detect magic going off. I'm just noticing this now. As you send a detect magic, there is no magic in this room. The places in question are spelled as the information continues. This is also called the Realm of Three Crowns. Faelorm was one of many kingdoms of old at the north. When the realm of Three Crowns fell, the kingdom of Dilimbiron rose after it. You also find some notes in shorthand in the book. It says, Phalorn was not well investigated, according to my records. But there was something mentioning a shadow glass. Perhaps it could be some sort of treasure.
Oh, Libra's brows are gonna go up at that. It seems I've already potentially got something. The late master of the house mentions a shadow glass, which we are all familiar with.
Indeed, we are.
As well as in particular that of the late kingdom of Phalorn. It seems of his opinion they did not do a good job investigating it. He was under the impression it might have been some sort of treasure. But we have the princess of Shadow Glass. So now I'm wondering. The book did describe a kingdom of sorts. I believe it was humans, dwarves, and... oh, what was the other race? Damn it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I vaguely
Humans,
remember.
dwarves, elves, halflings, and last one. Sorry, I'm trying to find it myself.
Not orcs, right?
Gnomes.
Gnomes. Humans, dwarves, elves, halflings, gnomes. Okay. Fair one. Alright, so she's gonna start compiling notes in a separate paper, but she will continue looking.
Did
Unless
Libra
she went to skip
say...
to somebody else's.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
I think we'll go ahead and we'll skip to someone else.
Yeah, go ahead. Because she can probably find a lot, or, it's just a lot of taking time to find it, so... I mean, in the meantime...
Cam.
Oakley dokley, what you want me to roll?
No roll, actually.
Ooh.
This is... what would you like to look into? What would you like to look for?
So, let's see. Funny enough, Libra ended up happening upon something, which was the shadow glass part. Cam would like to specifically look for anything that says that like references obviously shadow glass or princess being there, but also if the book itself was titled Scrivener's Tale, but then when we read it in another language it said something else. Cam's gonna be looking for possibly antique items, or maybe weaponry that has some mention of this person. Even if it's an antique item, it could be something like an ornate frame of a portrait of an individual, like covered by tarp or something like that. Basically, the name for this book came from somewhere, and clearly the name that was visible was not actually what its title was.
What makes you say that?
It could be I misunderstood, but when Libra first looked at the book in the marketplace and was reading the binding said Tale of the Princess of Shadowglass. But wasn't Cam under the impression upon receiving the book that the title of the book was Scrivener's Tale?
It can be both. Why not? A Scrivener's Tale, the Princess of the Shadowglass.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is that what was on the side of the binding, or
It
did the?
was.
Okay. Sorry, that's what I was trying to
Scrivener's
confirm.
Tales was like in the common part, but like the Princess Shadow class had to be translated.
Got you. Okay, that's
So it
what
could
I
just
wanted
be
to confirm.
like, yeah, it could be dual titles or something, or like Scrivener's Tale probably got put on after is my guess, or it could be vice versa. I don't know. But yeah.
So then, yeah, looking for then in that case still something related. Whether it's like an antique vase with special ornate writing, or a portrait with a frame of an individual, and it doesn't look like it's the niece or something. Something along those
Very well.
lines to figure out who Scrivener might actually be.
So as you kind of look for that, you wind up pulling down what appears to be kind of like a scroll of some sort, and as you unfurl it, it actually turns out to be a map made of vellum. It says Delimbrian and Environs. It seems to show a couple of locations of above ground ruins in the area. There is a note on the map written in Elvish that identifies one of the sites as Haven of the Red Quill. And I'd actually like you in particular. Let me double check your sheet. I want to see if you have this.
Okay.
You do not. Go ahead and roll me a... a history?
Oh, okay, sorry, it cut out, so all I heard was go ahead and roll me, and then I was like, roll you away.
Oh.
Here she goes trying to read. 11.
That's okay. This is fresh and relevant, so it would still be in your mind. Now, Cam, you've done a bit of forging in your life. It's not exactly your cup of tea, but you've got a good hand, a good eye for hands writing their own signatures. The words Haven of the Red Quill seems to be written in the same hand that is written the Scrivener's Tale.
And oh, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Oh, I was going to move on to our next party member if you had anything else.
Go for it. I will ask a clarifying question later.
Okay. Thalros, you are just kind of going wherever.
Yep.
Alright, well, that's easy enough. You kind of start just going through the papers. The accursed papers. The dead papers of your friends, the trees. And you go through a bunch of them, but you do see one that appears to be a piece of parchment, covered in what appears to be rotten dust. And the moment that you pick it up, it kind of crumbles away, but there is a part of it that remains. It says, stairs among the surface ruins of Dilimbiron and descended deep to the haven of the Red Quill. Guardians almost finished us before the door was open. God's how I wish. And then it ends there.
I think I found something.
Oh? What'd
Yeah.
you find? Walks over.
I found something about Red Quill.
You too.
Something about guards guarding the red quill. Must be a really fancy writing thingamajiggy.
I don't want to jump ahead of you potentially, CG, so, Cam can wait to read that if someone else is gonna also peruse.
Why don't we just go ahead and we'll knock out what Maximus finds.
Understood.
Maximus. After scoping through and making sure that there was no magic items in here, you do make it your way to, honestly, probably the most mundane task, which is a little weird for you, but everyone else was doing their own thing. You kind of got left with the massive amount. As you're going through a bunch of old bills, you find what appears to be a letter from Michael. To my family, forgive me the vanity that took me from you, and must soon claim my life or soul. You know how ambition corrupted my love for you. I pray that someone avenges the evils done by Nintrasiata, Princess of the Shadowglass, Lady of Dread Omens, Seeker of the Three Crowns. But spend not your own lives against it. The Scrivener bound her in his haven, and only there can I be free of her. But it is too late for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in roll 20.
Thank you.
Above game. Is this the first mention of her name?
Yes.
I relay the information to the others. It appears she loves titles about as much as I do.
There's like a somewhat indignant hoot of agreement from Varloon, the Luminous Watcher. But having gathered and sorted through all the information, you kind of come together with your findings.
Of note, since Cam has maps, would have tried to compare, even if it was a fruitless effort, would have tried to compare the older map to a map that they have to see if it's even the same area or region, or if it's a different plane altogether, and try to see like what matches and what overlaps and what doesn't. While of course relaying what they found.
Right. Let me see. Talk amongst yourselves while I find an answer to that.
Hopefully dope.
Either in character or above, your choice.
Oh man, this is so intriguing. Like just comparing the... It's kind of like went on an adventure, but clearly brought back some bad shit with him. Tart!
Hello, Tart. I hope you all enjoyed dating everything.
Friendos are
Our
here.
players are cursed.
Yeah! We're covered in unwanted tattoos.
Okay, so based on the map that you've found, Dilimbiran is located about a day's march north of a city called Daggerford. And I'm actually not sure if it's on the map, which is one of the reasons I've been looking.
Gotcha.
Let me see. See if I can locate it. Oh, there's Darkhold. You guys want to go to Darkhold? Nothing bad ever happens in a place called Darkhold.
Says
Meh.
the nooblet in me says that sounds like an adventure.
The Marvel fan of me is saying, "Oh, that sounds like a reason to ruin Scarlet Witch's character."
God damn.
Nah, I can't find it on the map.
Raccoon City seems like a nice place.
I mean, on
Raccoon
paper,
City, you say.
Raccoon City sounds quaint if you don't know the details.
Alright. So. Alright. Let us go to the map.
Ooh, map.
If you scroll to the right, you may notice a denotion of where Daggerford might be. Scribbled in totally not my handwriting.
Is that the where?
It's Dag, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I scrolled to the right and went down, so not Vermilion or Vermalion. Go up. Ah, I found it. Okay, there we go. I got there in the end.
Don't worry about going near Vermalen. It's not worry about it no more. There's nobody at that temple no more.
Oh. That is alarming, given we had to travel through there at some point.
On the plus side, that mine that you guys found doing pretty solid.
Okay, that's where my concern was, because I was like, wait, we just fixed up that mine near there. What? No, not after all that work. Alright, so that's near Sunset Mountains. Allegedly.
So what are we thinking, gang?
So, I know in character Cam has a question based on what everyone found, technically. So we have Heathen of the Red Quill. And then the portfolio. Alright, so we have Rillen's portfolio, presumably saying that he traveled possibly to Fallon? But based on the portfolio you found, Libra, Fallorm is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. Right?
Gone, and its more current replacement would be Dalium. Dalium would have followed after it. And there's also the I admit it's kind of a fairy tale in the actual book itself, where it describes how basically this Fey princess, who now we've got her titles, she goes to this kingdom, and the nice story goes is that she becomes friends with them, and well, they convince her to take back what's hers. Considering her titles and what she hopes to represent, and considering the Queen of Air and Darkness herself is not exactly a fan of this woman, this Fey princess. I like to believe in fairy tales. I really do, but I don't think this is a fairy tale. I think this is what's the word for it? Is it propaganda? Or like an embellished tale that perhaps she would.
A cautionary tale.
Probably. It's very much a don't go into the woods and whistle 3 times into a mysterious shimmering well sort of thing, which I do happen to have some experience with. But yes, the Fae are very much tricky after a fact. Kind of
I don't-
comes with the territory.
I don't like fairy tales. They's always too grim.
Well, they don't always have to be. Sometimes the books are just a little sad, but there's plenty of very good ones. I'll recommend you some titles later. I mean, I don't know what you think, Cam, and the rest of you. It seems like we kind of have to follow in the prior master's footsteps to investigating all of this. And she kind of looks at the writing on her body as a comparison for how much time they might have.
Go ahead and roll me a... what would this be? General intelligence check.
Okay. Just general intelligence. $23, I guess.
Based on the writing, you feel as though you've probably got about 2 weeks before this writing completely covers your body. You also get the sense that teleporting to Baldur's Gate probably helped the team a lot.
Yeah. I'd say we have about 2 weeks before we're entirely covered. So maybe teleporting and as many quick travels as we can do is a good idea. Thankfully, both Maximus, Master of the Mystical Arts, and I have that spell.
I feel bad that we're going to have to rely so heavily on your teleporting prowess, but we're definitely going to have to travel fast. On that note, though, there's something about the letter that Maximus, Master of the Mystical Arts, shared that stuck with me. The Scrivener bound her in his haven, and only there can I be free of her. That implies that maybe whatever curse Michael had wasn't completely removed by the wish spell. Not that Evandus actually said that that's the case, but more so a matter of it removed the text, but it didn't remove the problem, which is kind of what we told Thalros earlier.
Well, I'm sure you all know the saying, be careful what you wish for. Which I do happen to know a little bit about, but...
Nods knowingly.
Maximus groans at the pun.
clue you in later on something Maximus, but master of the mystical arts, and I suppose you as well, Thalros, but now is not the time for my stories.
I guess our
Sorry,
question is is our next destination another book? Specifically where this Scrivener might have bound this princess? Or is it a physical place? After matching the maps up, it seems like a possible location might be somewhat close to the Sunset Mountains, or what we know as the Sunset Mountains. Daggerfoot?
It's not impossible. I'm reminded Cam of our other recent adventure, in which we tried to get around the curse, but we kind of couldn't, because we had to at least try to kill the beholder first.
Exactly.
I really hope this doesn't lead us into fighting a fae, but I suppose we might as well be prepared for everything.
I mean, you've been around them long enough. You could tell they're smiling under the bandana. Just fair point, but I mean, you'll have an edge for it at least. That said, we still have to pick our destination. That brings a thought. Terracin is still in the room, right?
He is, yes.
Terracin, do you have a moment for a question or two?
I am at your disposal.
Thank you. Did the late Rillen ever speak about this Mintrasiota, or perhaps these two ancient places, Fallon?
Master Michael had never mentioned any such name, though journeying out to Phelan was what he had deigned to do before he came back with the melody that afflicted all of you.
Then that might be our destination, friends.
Phelan? He probably has a map around here somewhere. Did anyone see it?
Yeah. Expedition or exposition cantrip. Yeah. Cam found map. Took out modern map because the map that they found was old. Overlaid. Found that Daggerford might be close to Sunset Mountains. And that's about all they were able to pull in regards to Delinbrian and Fallorm. But we'll absolutely let someone else take another look-see.
See, I'm wondering now, because we could try teleporting again if we get out of here. Like, if we have something from, like, that area, maybe I can get us closer.
I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah. Well, not exactly there, but I've been to the south side of the Reaching Woods. I can get us there.
Oh, you did say something about going through, I think it was a forest? Something like that?
I go through lots of forests.
very good skill. The forest can be a little tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the trees like to point the wrong way, and I don't blame them. I'd want people out of my woods too.
I always have to be careful whenever it comes to nature. Everything is so nice and pretty, but nature has a dark side. You never know when the dark urge of nature's coming. He just smiles.
Cam is looking at him with essentially, damn, he's spitting, but it's more so just, wow, that's a deep statement coming from him.
Yeah, actually...
Maximus gestures to Thalros. If it comes to it, can he even fight?
Oh. Let's just say that Thalros is the reason I'm alive after a fucking bookcase attacked me.
Thalros reaches onto his belt as he pulls out a chain that is constricting a book. And he just holds it up.
Oh, what did that book do?
All the books was chained to the bookcase. I managed to rescue this one.
She looks kind of sadly at it.
Libra, trust me. If the bookcase had done to you what it did to us, you would definitely understand.
I'll trust your word for it then.
I'd say our best bet might be to make our way there. Like, once we leave here, we might have to take Thalros up on his offer and teleport as close as we can get. Worst case scenario, I might be able to retrieve or acquire possibly a small mount, but it's kind of a random guess, so to speak. It's left to chance.
Hey, Libra.
Yes.
The book's title is Martial Attack Techniques.
Martial attack techniques?
Mm-hmm. The book that's wrapped in the chain.
Oh,
That's
is
the
that
book's-
what I fucking think it is?
What?
Oh my god.
That's the literal title of the book.
I have returned.
Hello.
Welcome back.
We have been debating.
Have you come to a decision?
I mean, I guess I don't know. Is there anything anybody else wants to investigate? Because I think we were thinking get Thalros, to I assume Tree Strider, something like it, us closer, since he's more familiar with the area, and then go investigate the, I guess, Lost Kingdom.
Sounds like a plan. So, if you wish to use the spell, would be transport via plants. If you wish to use that, you will need to find an appropriate plant in the city to walk through. Unfortunately, that's a little difficult. It is a seaside town, and natural trees are in short supply. There is a park that might serve as the best place to travel through if you can find a tree big enough.
All I need is a large tree.
Like I said, The park would probably be your best bet for that.
The park.
Is that where you wish to go?
I think if we're done here, yeah.
I'd say yeah, and I imagine there's no way to communicate with the scholars to at least let them know, hey, this is what we turned up, we're heading here now. We have about 2
That
weeks.
depends. Does anyone have sending?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking about, game. Because if not,
And
we
I
might have to
probably
double
had it
back.
in one of the other books. I got a lot of books. But no, not on me.
I had an idea.
What is your idea?
It's dumb. We tree stride back to Candlekeep, relay the message, rest up, and then tree stride right back to the next location.
I mean, that's not a dumb thought. That's a good thought, actually. Because my thought process was, I mean, otherwise if we have it to do, teleport back to Candlekeep to pass off what we've acquired, like, information-wise, and then head straight back to the next location after we rest.
Or one of our teleporters teleports us back to Candlekeep. We know that there's a big enough tree there without a doubt. We can just relay the information and then immediately tree stride back out without taking that rest and probably resting along the way in travel.
I'm perfectly fine with any of these options. They will all get us to the same place. How does the group
Yeah,
feel?
it's just the semantics of what we want to do in order, I guess. Which couldn't hurt. It's like if they have anything quick to either give us or pass off to us, then that would also help.
Yeah.
But it's a matter, I guess, if we wanted to just go straight there or just make the extra stop, which would probably only take minutes, to be honest.
It would take minutes, but it could use a spell slot.
Would our spellcasters like to be able to recoup that that slot before hopping over to ancient possible remains of city?
You mean in case we need to, like, teleport the fuck out? I would be probably down for that if Maximus, Master of the Mystical Arts, would also be down for that, to try to rest a day and then get back the slot.
Word. Noted.
Yeah, if you wanna go make that change with the rest.
I am perfectly
So I
fine
guess-
with that.
So do you want to do that?
Okay, so it sounds like you are teleporting back to Candlekeep and then heading on out.
Yeah, we should probably not teleport inside the house.
Yeah, like leave the house appropriately. Teleport back to Candlekeep afterwards. Get the rest for the people with the spells, then leave.
Trade off the info and then transport via planes a la Thalros.
What if we take the butler, put the butler in the bag of holding, teleport, then let the butler out in Candlekeep and walk off?
That's like a fox in a bag of grain type problem.
So,
Do not the
as
butler.
you all gather everything up, the butler makes sure that everything is put back in order. He does a quick once over of you just to make sure you didn't take anything that you weren't supposed to, but none of you did. I don't think any of you did.
Did not steal shit.
Did not knowingly steal shit.
Terracin, brings you back out. He makes motion to he makes motion to Ivandre and escorts you outside where the guards are waiting to escort you back out. Now, as you continue out of the city, making your way with these guards to an appropriate spot where they can drop you off, you hear some strange, like, swirling sound before you are inundated with a strong stench, and 4 large shadows appear in your north, south, east, and west as 4 giant creatures almost appear out of the ether and drop in front of you. Riding upon their backs are 4 drow that shout, "Death to the Queen's enemies!" And as these have been dropped in unexpectedly, we are going to go to initiative.
Oh no. What the heck?
Well then.
Oh no.
Trigger.
Now, because you were all surprised, they are going to get advantage on their initiative rolls. You are all going to get disadvantage, I believe.
Maximus is saying they cannot be surprised or are not surprised. In the
Okay, you cannot be
roll
surprised.
chat.
Please
Or
click
I'm not.
ability, please. Thank you.
Oh,
Hell.
helm. Okay, that would do it. Alright, so yeah.
Let me double check. I want to make sure that you are. I want to make sure what this helm does. Yeah, I know I just gave it to you, but I want to double check it. Where did I put it? No. Where are you? Oh, duh, I can just check in the book.
Resources.
The rest of us just disadvantage initiative.
Correct. I will allow Maximus to roll normal.
Huh, it rolled double initiatives both times anyway. So 11.
Fuck, why did mine not do disadvantage? Okay, well 7. So
I
I don't know
have-
what happened there.
I have the dumb question of how do I roll it with disadvantage if I don't have the toggle?
Just roll twice. We'll take the lower result.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. why my
Also, I
my
believe
toggle
Maximus
did not.
has something.
6.
Mine
Oh,
needs to be
apologies.
7. Let me fix that. Can I fix that? I can. Okay.
And I will wait to see what Maximus has.
Yeah, I did see something about a trigger, but I'm not sure. You roll initiative. Oh,
Go ahead and roll your Bardic Inspo, and then roll.
give
You all
somebody
can
else
add.
a bonus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and each ally within 30 feet. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's actually really, really good.
Yippee! Thank you.
Thank you, Maximus.
So now my initiative is a 14.
Let's see. 14 for Cam. For Thalros. 15 for Maximus.
How 16?
Disadvantage on initiative rolls. You have an 8.
The first two rolls were 2 11s.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Yep. So yours would
that
actually
is
be
correct.
19,
That is
right?
19.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 19. Cam had a 14.
Okay.
I just need Princess Libra, and we're good. Princess Libra, you had a 19 as well.
I'm pretty sure I did not because of 7 plus
disadvantage.
8.
Yeah.
7 plus the 8 would be 15.
Okay.
Also I think because Dex matches, I'm pretty sure Maximus would go first compared to me, but my Dex is 15.
All right. In that case, we have our combat.
Oh shit, okay.
Thalros, you are up first.
First off, I'm going to roll my wheel and woe. That is an odd. First thing that Thalros is going to do, Thalros is going to use a bonus action to pop my starry form of the dragon. I will take the starry constellations appear all over my form as a pair of massive silver wings burst out of Thalros's back. He then uses a movement action to move himself 20 feet straight into the air. I will then use my action to begin my satellite cannon combo with Sunbeam.
All right. Who are you targeting first?
I am going to. I have basically a clear shot on all of these ones from 60 feet straight up, correct? Or from 20 feet straight up. I assume, yes?
You can hit any of them in a line. Do note that though they are positioned strangely, the drow are on the back of the giants.
Okay. So I am basically positioning it to where I'm going to attack the drow and the Fomorian. I assume that's a Fomorian.
It is
Straight
a
north.
game. Straight north.
I'm going to fire straight north, and I'm going to try to avoid damage, but blast just enough to where I can hit them both in the same blast. And I am going to go ahead and trigger my satellite cannon blast to... I don't know why my thing is rolling twice every time I click.
Strange.
DC 18 Constitution saving throw.
All right. We'll start with the drow. I'm gonna give this guy disadvantage because you are hitting him with fuck off sunlight, and he has sunlight sensitivity. Con, you said?
Con.
Yeah, it wasn't even passing with the higher roll, so he will take 26.
He takes 26 and is now blind.
Correct. And the Fomorian is a chunky lad. That is a 18.
That meets. It takes 13 radiant damage and is not blinded. And I will let you know for your records, in this form, I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, necrotic, and cold damage.
Yeah, you do.
I end my turn.
All right. He is a cannon, but he has left the ground. It's now the Fomorians' turns. The Fomorians are going to carry their drow compatriots with them. Let's see. All right. This one we're gonna go clockwise, starting up north. 2 swings on Princess Libra.
Uh-oh.
That's an 11. Good job, idiot.
No.
And a 13.
No. What?
What a dummy. This one, he is tall enough to get a swing on you, Thalros, because he is giant and he has a weapon.
Ooh. AC 21.
Oh. Maybe not.
14. Rolled a 2, a 4, and a 5. And another 14, another 5. These guys fucking suck. Why do all of my monsters suck? Maybe one more. Alright, this one is going to come on Maximus. 24 on Maximus, finally. Good number. Does that hit? Shield. Okay, what does that bring your AC to? Because he does have a follow-up attack. 25. Okay, noted. He is going to... Seeing the shield come up, he is actually going to switch tactics. He is going to... he doesn't know what you are. He is going to attempt to make you roll a charisma saving throw.
Lord.
This ought to be good.
Man.
Suffers the effects of its own riz.
As he is going to hit you with his evil eye. Wow. That is a failure. You are going to take 24 psychic damage, but suffer no other ill effects. This last one is going to go on Cam.
Oh boy.
An 11 to hit you. Wow, these guys have fucking good god.
It miss.
You know what? I'm gonna roll again. And you know why? Because I'm gonna spend all of my terrible rolls on these assholes and not fucking Copper. God damn it, Copper, I wish you rolled better, my man.
Suffer, you little kobold.
You shut your mouth. Gonna get another 13 to hit you, Cam. These guys are so bad.
No, my AC's a 16.
Maximus! It's now your turn. The one up north and the drow on his back were shot with a laser. Okay, one on south. Got it. Did you press something? If you did, it did not come through.
Maximus notices the monsters recoil from the bright light. With a smirk, he decides to light up the stage in his own way.
Font of Moonlight. Okay. I'm gonna have to put a radius on you because this is genuinely very impactful. Now I know it shows that the drow are not part of it, but that is just due to the nature. They are, in fact, in the bright light, so they will be subject to sunlight sensitivity.
Maximus jabs at the giant quickly, his gloved hands sparkling.
Unfortunately, that is going to miss. Good lord, ouch! It is now Princess Libra's turn, as one has gobbled up all the good rolls again.
He's used up. It's not intentional. I'm probably gonna suck real quick when I try to. Oof. There's a lot of these guys. Let's see, I can't like. If we were definitely space, I could do something. But I will not catch my allies in the AOE.
We appreciate you.
So, yeah, which one just got hit of all these guys? Or which one did Thalros sunbeam?
This one
I
up
went
top.
north.
Okay. Yeah, I can't seem to. Oh, now I can ping. Okay, so hit that one. You know what? This does not always work, but I'm going to try. So that's going to be. I guess it will have to be a spell attack. I'm just going to try a chromatic orb.
Okay.
I was considering a misty step, but that's not a good idea when the tall fuckers and we're cornered, and I can't like firewall us. So, alright, where did I put the spell? Well, that is going to be a 27 to hit him.
And even with disadvantage, that is definitely going to hit. What level spell was this?
It was just a first, it would be a first level, chromatic orb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
it
checking for
won't
upcasts.
be yeah. On a hit, the target takes. Okay, so time to roll that. And if I've got it on. Oh, I have to choose one. I mean, I might as well just choose. Oh, what was I gonna do? You know what? I think acid worked for me last time, so I'll choose acid.
All right. Acid on the Fomorian.
Yeah, and where's my damage? Let's see. Let's see. Hang on. That was 2 7s. If you rolled in the same number on 2 or more of the d8s, it leaps to a different target of my choice. Within 30 feet. So then I gotta make a new attack roll. So I'm gonna have it bounce to this guy. So that'll be a new attack roll. Acid again.
I'm just gonna keep this other 20 for the sake of ease. Just roll the hit.
Okay. Alright, yeah, 23. That'll probably hit.
That will definitely hit. So that's another 20.
Okay. Oh, we're just keeping the same damage?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Are you
If we're
sure?
keeping
Because
the
that
same damage, then does it
because it
bounce
would
again?
automatically bounce.
No, because the damage is not the important thing. It is the numbers rolled on the d8s, which are 4, 6, 3, and 7.
Ah, okay. He's using the second D8, which is the 48.
Mm-hmm. Because you rolled 2 7s on your 3d8, which was hell of a nice roll, I must say. That got the bounce, but the second, the 4d8, rolled a 4, 6, 3, and 7. So we are not going to bounce again, but you are going to get that damage. Or you can, if you would like to gamble again.
Oh, let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling. Aw, dang it.
That's 2 4s.
Yeah,
2
he's...
4s. It bounced.
Okay.
So it's another attack roll. It's okay. It's okay, CG.
That's fine.
CG, what did we learn about wand
26.
eating dice rolls?
26. So it's gonna bounce to this. And so it goes that guy, and then it bounces to this guy.
Now,
So
the funny
we're
thing
gonna
is that
gonna
you're
try
actually
damage
rolling
again.
with yeah, you're actually rolling with disadvantage.
So I rolled-
because you're in
so I-
melee and you're still
so I
hitting.
rolled. So I rolled double on the 4 again. So I think it bounces again. Correct?
Oh
I'm reading.
Okay. Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh wait,
I'm-
it does cap, I think, right?
It does cap. Its cap is based
think
on
it's-
the level that you cast.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it is only one. It is only one.
It's
Okay.
only one bounce.
Okay. That would have been funny though. All
That
right.
would have been funny, but I'm sorry, I had to spoil fun.
No, it's okay. Okay. So next time you're saying I should pinball.
Yes, put all of your chromatic orb, all your spell slots as chromatic orb. Do it. But is
CG?
that your turn?
But okay,
For
so it
this
would have been
game,
the first two. So yeah. All right.
I'm going to
that was
destroy
funny,
Frost
though.
with this. You know this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. But
and-
yeah. So after the 2 damages, that is turn those. However.
Yep,
So.
yep. As you splash these guys in acid and their kneecaps begin to melt away, Cam, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so first a question for you. How do you approach using grappling hooks? And then how tall are these dudes?
Well, if you would like to do an Ada Wong on these gentlemen, I would say that's probably not going to work, because he is clever enough to knock off a grappling hook, and he also has a rider. If you'd like to, you still can. I am mentioning this because it is going to be very difficult. If you'd like to grappling hook your way up there, I would say that is an action, and your movement to climb up on top.
Understood. So the reason why I asked is because I have 2 ideas. One of them is the one that you mentioned. I was specifically going to attempt to try to climb not in front of the mount, but actually behind, going for the rider. The other idea, if grappling hook wasn't going to work, would be to hook the grappling hook around the leg.
So I'm going to say that the rope that is attached to the grappling hook would not be strong enough to hold up against giants moving.
Gotcha. Alright, then in that case...
Your first option is feasible, but the second one is that would absolutely just destroy the grappling hook.
Gotcha. Alright, so then for the first... I'm gonna try to go for the first option. That'd be my action and my movement. Oh boy. Alrighty. And if that doesn't work, then we'll see what happens. We are gonna try to go for this one that's directly in front of me, to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything that I need to roll for this grapple hook attempt? And do you need the
Roll
rundown
an attack.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, do you need the rundown of dexterity stuff in case of saves? Oh, shit. You want me to just roll a regular d20?
Roll, but it's just like a basic dagger. That'll do it.
Alright.
He will take 1 damage no matter what as you sink the grappling hook into his skin.
Okay.
And then you can get on top of him.
Got you. And to help myself along, if you allow it, I will use a luck point to give myself advantage on the roll. This thing.
Okay.
I will get rid of that point now, and then I will roll the regular thing. And nat 20, 31. Or
Okay.
30.
You are going to do 1 damage to this guy, but you are going to make your way up top.
Okay.
This Fomorian now has a grappling hook. Anyone who wants to just get on top of him, unless he uses an action to remove the hook, can just do it. As you jump up on top of him, you surprise the rider, who shouts at you in Sylvan, just, holy, by the name of the queen, what?
Hello there. And let's see. That was my action, my movement. As a bonus action, if you allow it, I would like to take a moment to dip one of my darts in a poison vial.
Alright, dipping it in the poison.
And then that was my movement. I imagine I'd just be like hunkered down for a moment in case this thing moves, so I don't just go fucking flying off. So like a hand on the grappling hook, a hand on the dart. Hi, and that is my turn because I can't attack.
Alright, that brings us to the drow. Now the drow, from their vantage point, we are going to start with the guy that you just based. He does not like that you are based, that you've based him, and he is going to knee-jerk reaction, dump magic missile into you.
Oh fuck, that's funny though.
It's like getting out a water hose or something.
Yeah. He's going to hit you with a 3rd level magic missile.
Okay.
You are going to take 21 force damage.
Understood. So that
21.
21.
This other one that cannot see is probably going to yeah, he is going to cast darkness on himself. Darkness does not need line of sight.
Darkness does not need line of sight. Where is he?
This one.
Okay. He's not visible from my position? Question mark.
I would say these guys are all visible. Again, there's a giant in the way, but they are on top of it.
Okay. You know, I mean, it's not like the worst, but like, darkness is still kind of annoying.
How does that work with Maximus's aura?
I was
believe
about
it
to ask for
conflicts-
counterspell, but yeah.
I believe it conflicts with it, but he's not casting it. He is not casting it on you guys. He is basically about to dump it on himself, which I believe he is far enough away that it is going to get darkness at the top. So he's basically going to obscure himself while he recovers.
Hmm.
Yeah. So is he casting a spell with that, or is that just an ability he's got?
It is a spell.
Okay. So that would be valid under 2024 counterspell, or no?
Correct.
Wait. So yes?
Alright, we are going to counterspell him. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Counterspell. New counterspell. Con save from this guy.
And it has to beat my spell save DC, which is 21.
Yeah, of 21. Yeah, that 15 ain't doing it. So
Goodbye.
he burns his turn as that spell goes off. This one, on the other hand, notices what you're doing and shouts in Sylvan, "Spellcaster!"
Oh, we understand that now. Okay.
Yeah, you do. He is going to cast. What is he going to cast? I think he's going to hit you with a lightning bolt there. From his angle, he can only catch you, but he is going to hit you with a lightning bolt.
Ow. Owie.
So I need you to make a dex save.
Okay. Alright. Where is it? That's probably not gonna work, so. Ouch.
Unfortunately, will not, as you take 30 lightning damage.
Owie.
This last one is he sees Thalros levitating in the air, and understanding that was a sunbeam, but not really understanding what dragon does, is going to hit you with a magic missile as well, 3rd level. Thalros.
All right.
So that is 18 to you as 5 darts connect with you. Go ahead and roll 5 Constitution saving throws, even though there's no point in it.
Let me see. So everything I roll is a 10, so that's a 17 for the 9, and that's a 17 for the 14, and that was 18. So you said 18, correct?
18 force damage. And that is going to be his turn. As we come up to the end of the turn, however, your assault has not gone. What is the trigger, Maximus?
Ends its
Okay.
turn within 5 feet of you. Take a reaction. Move up to half your speed. Then one ally within 30 feet of you can also move up to half their speed using the reaction
Now,
if they haven't used it.
realistically, that should have been done at the end of the Fomorian's turn. However, I'm just going to let this right now, for the sake of time, expediency, but just be aware of it in the future. So go ahead
Could it?
and
This is on the drow turn.
I'm not. Truth be told, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You can move as needed.
Yeah, but you'll be getting to the end of the night. It's alright.
Yes.
Maximus moves 0, but I am going to allow Thalros to move half his.
I get a half of my fly speed, which is 20, so I move up 10. I am now 30 feet in the air.
That you are.
Satellite cannon gets bigger.
And an unarmed strike against the Fomorian, I am assuming? Okay. That will absolutely hit. Roll damage. Alright. As Maximus gets a nice sucker punch on this Fomorian. At the end of the turn, you hear as the citizenry begins to flee, and there's a large amount of like running and stomping from the nearby civilians, not currently seen on the map, and then large mechanical stompings approaching.
Oh no!
And you hear, "Halt! You are in violation of the law." As the guard and the steel watcher approach, and as the guards arrive, that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Oh, the
Halt,
cavalry!
you violated the law.
Yeah, basically.
Warrior citizen, identify yourself.
All right. But that is going to be it for us tonight. When we go around the horn, and we'll start dipping on out. Wound. Let's start with you.
Hello guys, I'm Wand. I'm playing Libra, and I'm joining the Scrivener Stale crew here for the rest of their. So I'll be here like next week or and whenever else we gotta do. And I'm filling in. I'm playing Libra. She is a human wizard princess. I love moths. I don't really stream. I'm here to hang out with the buddies. That's about it from me. Y'all will see me around as well. Come time for Alcazar's appendix later in the year, and well, actually in like a couple weeks, and then later in the year for epilogue week. But that's it for me.
All right. Pass the ball.
Bob.
Greetings, salutations. I am Shadowdancerbob. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, and so on and so forth at Shadowdancerbob. I've got Maelstrom on Sundays. I've got who knows what else, when else, who knows. To give Sin more time to type, CG, go.
Hello, I am the CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me at various Good Beans channels such as Dummies und Disaster, Tart's D&D channel. We are on Sins of the Blood. It's also where Rascals has moved to. You can also find me on Saved by the Spell, which is, I don't believe, this weekend or the next weekend. We unfortunately had to miss on Saturday, but that is okay. Life happens. That is going to be it for me. Oh, and be sure to tune into Dummies and Disasters later, because I believe that is where we are going to be hosting Alcazar's appendix later. So, excited. That's it for me. Sen.
I am Sensooner84. I can be found at twitch.tv/Sensooner84 when I want to stream. But I haven't recently because I have been playing a 35-year-old MMO and text is boring to watch.
I suppose that is true.
Smiles and has been playing cozy book game where there is mostly text. 'Tis
That game looks
entertaining.
fun, by the way.
XAI.
I've been lurking.
Oh, it is. It's so
You
fucking
don't
fun.
understand.
Is it like Mist?
No.
I'm gonna wait to make sure I don't.
I will show you after.
Ah, okay, got you.
Yes.
Well, guys, I'm Xaimi. Friends call me Zai. You can find me here on Instagram at Xaimi site, and basically Blue Sky, YouTube, all that other jazz at Xaiminess. Obviously gonna be here next week, Thursday, for part 2 of whooping these dudes' ass, or possibly getting to watch everyone else in the guard whoop their ass. We're probably okay with either. No save by the spell this Saturday, as CG and Bobert mentioned earlier, but there will be some 2 Saturdays from now, all things going according to Wankersham. What else? Wednesdays playing Onimusha 2 on Hell Mode difficulty, and we beat Gogandantis the second time. Didn't expect that shit. Yippee! But now we're playing as Oyu, which is somehow worse. Tuesdays, as Bob mentioned, Tiny Bookshop. That is my cozy book nook game. It's cozy in a different way from Dragon's Dogma and Monster Hunter. It's so quaint. I have a pet dog named Bailey. I get to sell a bunch of books to some really adorable townsfolk. There's a 10-year-old girl who's never in school despite the fact that it's autumn. And I'm like, first off, why are you out here? And 2, how much book money do you have? But yeah, streams on those days, occasionally went Fridays, almost done with school. That is me. I would like to ask you guys, who should we raid? Because I haven't looked at the list yet.
Let's see. I got a Krokvar, I got a Brawl Kaiser, I got a Nerd On, I got an Electric Glacier, I got a Fringe type, I got a Distortion Devil, I got a Bromad, I got a Bosco, I got a Caliban, and I got a Monty.
Oh, goddamn, you got the string. I also have some
May
of
I
those.
make a recommendation
Absolutely.
out of that list? I'd like to raid Krokvar because Krokvar is a homie and he shows up to a lot of the D&D game.
Hell yeah. I'm down. Can someone put the proper spelling of their username in like a chat for me so I can type it out right?
No arguments.
Thank you. Use a real one. Alright, that and here, and paste those. Wish him good luck, have fun.
I think I saw he's playing Donkey Kong 64.
Why didn't that
Yeah.
work? Weird.
Krokvar.
Yeah, maybe it's because I had the @ symbol. Let me try it without it. Sometimes they're shitty.
It's a slash, I think.
Oh no, I had
He
the
is-
slash. I just also included an @ There we go.
Ah,
He is, if he is a Krokvar, go in and call him a Kremling.
Call him a gremlin.
He got the K's, and he's a gator.
Wait, missing the V? Okay, let me stop. Ah, I see. I unrated. Thank you, Wiley, for the catch. Use a real one. There we go. I think I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. Yeah.
Betty Crocker.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
Cannot help
God.
myself.
Alrighty, so are we wishing them good luck, have fun?
Yes.
Yeah, think so.
Alright.
Maybe.
Thank you all. We will see you next Thursday for part 2. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.